Boy, that's one of the most boring drum kits I've ever heard in any song. What a disgrace to start the Friday stream. Welcome everybody, what's going on? I hope you're having a very good Friday. I'm very glad that song is very soon to be over. Probably I'm gonna kick that out of the list. Yes, I thought the damn microphone was oversteering. Never mind. Welcome everybody. How is it going? How are we doing, friends? How is it going? Oh boy, I see we have Mr. Xeno's Fire right here, right from the get-go. Damn, I just wanted to take a sip from my coffee, and all of a sudden we got the famous people in here. Give me a second to lift the chair up a little bit. let me give a shout out to, as always, Mr. Xeno's Fire, lovely Warframe streamer from Canada, from, the country of the Anemo Archon. And if you want to see nice Warframe stuff, then visit him on Twitch, visit him on YouTube. He's got shorts, he's got TikTok stuff, he's got, all the vertical stuff, and then the streams in horizontal stuff. How are you all doing? How has your week been? Who else is there? We have Javok, we have City Prism Jr., we have 17 times 4. I don't know what 17 times 4 is. 34, 68, right? 68? I kind of feel like my microphone is really loud today. We got Nimek, Nightfall, Elecontation, 8 Bullet, good to see you all. To Gould, also hi to you, man. What's good? And we have a lot of text up here from Jonathan21. Great, a Coda for me. Could someone encourage me to join my... You can join ours, man. You can join ours. Absolutely no problem. 75% chance to get... Okay. Everybody's welcome to join the Coda hunts later. That's gonna be a nice thing. Nintendo, welcome. Barrington, Redmayne. Fashion has been good this week. It has been, hasn't it? Thank you so much. I also think that, there were some nice fashions this week. My mic is good, Nightfall Icon. All right, thank you. Today you became a true... Oh, Nimek! Good. Congratulations, man. Let's all give some congratulations to Nimek Pool for making it to MR30 and Nintendo. Big bro fist, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. Much fun with the loyalty badges and the emotes and everything. And yo, Sunny Boy was going on, and Ben was going on, and whew, brother, the coffee isn't even empty. You know what I'm saying? The coffee ain't even empty. And y'all are just going crazy. Friends, I have a freaking lot of info to share today. Like, probably not the most interesting type of info regarding like content in general, but like a lot of interesting stuff that has been going on with the channels behind the scenes, and a lot of paperwork has been done, a lot of contracts have been signed, a lot of great things are going to happen, and now that everything is signed and therefore put in writing, I want to share with you what has actually been going on behind the scenes for the last like 3 weeks that I couldn't share before. And I think that I have some great news for you today. Nintendo have been watching my videos for a long time, really help you out with the builds. I love that. I'm happy that... Oh, God, there we go. Oh, boy. Right, the hype train is... We're 4 freaking minutes in the hype train started. Riz, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for the 2 months. Riz. Really appreciated. We're 4 minutes in, brother. You know what I'm saying? We 4 minutes in. But Nintendo, coming back to you. I'm really happy that I could help you into the game. Really big time appreciate it, my bro. And nice to have you around. Welcome to the crew. And to Gould, thanks for the 100. I wish part of the good news would be that my microphone arm has been turned into something that just like comes down from the top. So I'm not like constantly punching into it. But on the other hand, let's keep it 100% real, man. On the other hand, that mofo right here is like stable. That thing is stable. Like if I were to punch that thing full force, then I would break my knuckles and that thing won't have a dent in it. If somebody were like try to rob me at night, like getting into the apartment, I'm gonna grab that thing and I'm gonna beat that guy to death. By the way, I could also do that with the microphone. It's very heavy. So yeah, I think I would be the one winning if I were to not continuously punch the microphone arm. Just saying, you know what I mean? Long time I haven't had the time to catch the streams, Riz. That's no problem, man. That's no problem. Because, you know, real life happens, shit happens, time zones happen. So I just appreciate to see you. I hope you're doing well. And of course, I appreciate the generosity. Finally, the Genshin Impact placement. Sunny, no. We're not going to have a Genshin Impact placement. Not right now. That's not it. That's not it. I would just try to drink my coffee a little bit on the side so that it doesn't get cold. Nightfall Icon, 60% Coda Pathicist available for the next... Ooh, everybody, thank you for the info, Nightfall. A 60% Coda Pathicist is available for the next 9 hours. I think, brothers and sisters, I think we're going to get that today. I think we're going to get that today. And that's a good start into the weekend. By the way, for everybody in Germany, for all the German tenno watching right now, it's going to be a long weekend. You looking forward to it? Do you have any special plans? And Ababil, welcome. Do you play Wuthering Waves? Ababil, fun fact, I actually did install that very recently after it came out. And I wanted to give it a try because there was a lot of cloud around it. But that was still when I had my old PC. And my old PC was so dog shit that it couldn't even play Wuthering Waves lag-free. Like, my old PC was capped out at Genshin Impact. You know what I'm saying? So I just uninstalled it and I haven't had the chance to install it ever since. But I've heard so many good things about it. And I definitely want to give it a shot at some point. You know what I mean? Love that in the Ember build you said the main problem is Gauss. Nintendo, that Ember build, that hasn't aged well. You know what I mean? It was pretty embarrassing that I thought that her passive was kept at 20 enemies. And the only reason for that was that there are only 20 enemies in the simulacrum. Yeah, you know what? I think that was pretty embarrassing. Not gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not too proud of that statement. But in general, I'm not that big of an Ember fan. Maybe I want to revisit her at some point. Maybe with Arcane Hotshot as well now. I should revisit her. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. And Archangel, what's good? You've been enjoying the build for the new frame? Well, yeah, you've been enjoying the builds on the new frames. Hadn't played them before. Well, thank you for the nice feedback, man. I'm happy that you enjoyed the builds. And yo, Veteran Beastas, welcome to you too. Whoo! I'm getting hot, and that's not only because it's very humid outside, and I'm having coffee, and I'm having like 3 lights pointed onto me, but also because y'all are, you know, some damn hot viewers in here, you know what I'm saying? Sturmfrei anymore. That's good, man. It's good to hear. What you can do. Don't tell me you're just gonna farm Coda Liches the entire weekend. You know what I mean? At least do some credit runs. If you have Sturmfrei, you need to do some credit runs. Grinding Warframe, okay. Grinding Warframe is always a nice one. And hello, what's going on? Yo, what the fuck? Like, chat is going crazy. I can't even keep up right now. Technic is gonna do a poker night with your friends Monday to Tuesday, long weekend. Hey, that's great, man. That's great. You're gonna play like just for fun, or you're gonna play like for money? I know a couple of friends of mine used to have a poker weekend once per month, and they would play like for like coins, not high amounts of money, but like copper coins and shit. So they had some actual incentive to win. Was at the time where I was so fucking in front of the screen, like terminally online, that I never wanted to engage with that. But if that were to reoccur, I would be totally up for that. Aaron, welcome, man. What's good? I hope you also had a great week. Is there a good build for it? For Revenant, MSK, if you're looking for a good Revenant build, then oh man, are you at the right place? Like, there are not a lot of Warframes out there where I'm confident that I'm knowledgeable about them. But when it comes to Mr. Revenant, I think you have a very, very good place right here talking about Revenant and Revenant builds. I'm gonna be real, Revenant is my man. Nightwolf, Wukong vid soon. I wanted to mention the Wukong vid. It has taken me an ungodly amount of time because genuinely, I just find him so fucking boring. I'm sorry to say it, right? He is incredibly strong. I have a build for him that is incredibly strong, that deletes the map so fast with his Exalted Staff and melee influence that the enemies can't even keep up with the spawns. And I think that's the one most efficient way to play him. Unfortunately, though, I just can't come up with something like really interesting about him, right? The best thing I can come up with for Wukong is just melee influence, Exalted Staff, everything dies. And I was looking into, are there any like neat interactions with his Celestial Clone? Are there any interactions with this or that? Can I maybe get onto a stealth build with him, or yada 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 yada? And the answer is just always no. The answer is just always no. All the rest of his kit doesn't have any weird thing, any quirks or shenanigans that could be broken about him. It's just literally press 4 and hold down melee and win. And I've spent a lot of time researching and testing shit to somehow try to find something unique or new or that nobody has ever talked about, but I didn't find anything. And at this point, I don't want to look into it any further. I'm just gonna make the video and be like, yo, it's melee influence, it deletes everything, here you go. Ain't pretty, but that's the best I can come up with. That was a bit unfortunate, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's my take on Wukong. He's a great frame, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's bad. He's great, he's very versatile. I think he's one of the best all-rounder frames in the game right now. But he's just not interesting, in my opinion. He's just really not interesting. Archangel was good! Thank you for the sub! Salute goes out to you. Thank you for your generosity. Really, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Much fun with the emotes and the loyalty badges and everything. You know, I'm sounding like a broken record, but that's how it is. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What Warframe is this guy? I am my drifter. You know what I mean? Let me quickly get into the game, actually. No, don't start GTA 5, you numbskull. Warframe is what just... No Rockstar launcher. Go away. Go away. I don't want to play GTA now. Oh god. So I missed a lot of messages ranting on about Revenant. About Wukong. I'm sorry for that. I am very sorry for that. Let me quickly log in. Please don't write any messages to me just yet, because I'm still not done with the whole just chatting part of the stream. Just wanted to show, right, for everybody who asks me which Warframe I am, which Warframe is my spirit Warframe, my Drifter is my spirit Warframe. Isn't it like that? Aren't we just like brothers? He just looks a lot more pissed than I do. But therefore, I have the headset, so I think I win. See, I was genuinely, I was so freaking happy when they announced that, or when they brought in beards for drifters. Like, finally, I don't get to look like a 12-year-old anymore. Do the MR test. Ain't no good weekend stream without the reference to the MR test, ain't it? Fail sub, you're no longer a bronze scrub, you're a silver pleb now. That's good, man, Flail. Welcome to the stream, I'm happy to hear that. And the Rebathis, what's going on? Do you have any builds that make the primed nunchucks any good? Unfortunately, I don't have a nunchuck build. Haven't really gotten into that. I am sorry for that. And Gosen, welcome to the stream too. I cannot speak Russian. Please keep it English, but you're welcome to the stream. I hope you have a good weekend. Good start into the weekend. You need to activate the option or increase the level they increase each master rank you have. You need to activate the option or increase the level they increase for each. What do you mean, Jonathan? I don't really get it. And yo, Corey, was good, man. What's good? It also spent... Oh, Dragon, really? You also spent the 20 plat for the beard? I think genuinely... F. Canny, thank you so much. Big salutes go out to you, F. Canny. Welcome to the crew. Wow, y'all are being generous today. Damn, boy. It's like, brother, it's the first day that Sam isn't here, and all of a sudden everybody's like, Where else should I go? I'm forced to listen to that German guy. Damn. Honestly, like I love Sam. I wish him the best time in Japan. I can't wait for him to be back at streaming because I chatted with him a lot over the last couple of weeks, and he has some great plans for upgrading his stream and everything in the weeks to come after he returns. But on the other hand, I think my streams are going to do quite the improvement in numbers while he's not here because because I know that a lot of his viewers also like to watch my stuff, and a lot of my viewers also like to watch his stuff. And if he's not here, then you're just forced to have to listen to me instead. Oh, man. No, really appreciate the sub. Again, right, chats are going crazy right now on YouTube and on Twitch as well. If I miss something, please don't be mad. I try to answer as many of you as possible. But with Revenant, it's pretty easy to out-sustain the 2 with the energy next. Yeah, Riz, I think Revenant absolutely has no issues with energy when it comes to his 2. Because he gets a little bit of invincibility whenever he gets hit. So it's not like... Can you all remember the time where Revenant, where the Mesmer skin stacks didn't have like this brief period of invincibility? Where like they could literally go down, zoop, like that, when a heavy gunner Eximus would stand in front of you? Like that was the time where you actually had to pay attention to the game a little bit as Revenant. Those times are luckily over. Coffee is good, friends. Coffee is good. So, I think we're slowly getting to the point where we can actually start stuff. But before we jump into starting stuff, I want to do a little bit of updating you on what's been going on behind the scenes with the channel. And then we start with the Coda liches. And then, we're going to make a pause and look at some stuff. And then we're going to farm some more liches, yada, yada, yada. You know what's going on. But while I'm just talking about random stuff, you know who we're going to have in the background. So, friends, first of all, welcome to everybody who's joined in while I was, in the Yap session. Welcome German Rays or Ger Rays. Welcome Cormy. Cormy, I am very sorry. That is a very long message. I'm not sure if I can read all of it. Kind of new to Warframe. First of all, welcome. Still new in the war within. Blah, 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 blah. I was looking into new frames and was kind of interested in Harrow, but I'm not confident into Headshot. I see where that comes from. I watch a lot of you, but can't find a good frame for like survivability, but DPS and not difficulty to play like a mid game. I think you want a Warframe that is easy to play, deals a lot of damage, and is pretty survivable. It's difficult for me, difficult for me to think about something because, like, for me, this is basically like every frame. I'm sorry, man. I think you're probably looking at Dante. Dante, he gets overguard, so he doesn't get knocked down. He gets tons of overguard. He basically doesn't die. Unless you go level cap, which you're probably not going to do. He deals a lot of damage either with casting abilities or just by equipping him with any weapon that you want. He has supporting abilities to support the team, to give you more damage output, to give the enemies damage vulnerability. I think you might want to check out my recent video that I put out on YouTube on Dante and check out if that would be something for you. But I think for what you're describing, this is a brain off, deal a lot of damage, have fun frame. That's what I would probably say. Just a quick take. Oh boy, the chat is exploding. Brother, the chat is exploding. Oh god. Okay, so just chatting, picture is in the background, and before we jump into anything, right? Let me update you on a couple of things that happened over the last 3 weeks. First of all, I don't know if anyone has seen that, if anyone of you regularly consumes YouTube Shorts or TikToks or Instagram Reels, right? That's what these like vertical things on Instagram are called. If any of you have no ad blocker and consume these types of content relatively frequently, you might have come across a Warframe ad, like a vertical format Warframe ad about the Yarrowly Prime access. And that's actually the first thing I want to share with you, because Digital Extremes reached out to me to take a clip from my reaction. You know, we did a restream of the dev stream where they announced Yarrowly Prime, and they just took a part from our stream, you know, from my reaction to the Yarrowly Prime release, and they made an official advertisement out of it. They literally did that. They put my face onto the Yarrowly Prime advertisement. Unfortunately, since it is like an ad and not an actual upload, I cannot give you a link. I cannot say, oh, just click here and you will see it. It just have to like organically come across the ad. I hope that it gets played to you. If any of you have seen that, that's definitely cool. Like I'm gonna be real, I was super hyped to be the face of the Yarrowly Prime ad campaign. So yeah, I'm not sure if any of you have seen that before. DE told me that the ad is live, but you know, I just usually do not watch any type of vertical content. I just don't, because I don't have time for it. So I couldn't see it myself. I'm not sure if any of you saw it, but I was very hyped. Just wanted to share that. That's very, very, very cool. And what is the event this weekend? Is there an event code? Is there an event this weekend? I haven't heard of any events. Oh, we don't even have Borrow today. That's so sad. We don't even got Borrow. You'll check it out. Thank you. Oh, Cormy, that's fine. Check it out and see if Dante is for you. I think he's a great Warframe overall for all types of levels. I was thinking, how long can you consider themselves a beginner? I think that's really difficult. Like, that would be probably enough content to fill an entire video. Casino, welcome, and Razor Armada. Is Razor... You mean Razorback? Yeah, Razorback is actually happening right now. That is this one right here. The Razorback Armada, exactly. It's a pretty easy event. You craft 3 Razorback ciphers in your foundry, and then you run this mission 3 times, and then you get an Orkan Catalyst and 200 credits, 200,000 credits. For everybody who needs Orkan Catalyst, I think it's a pretty darn good event, but I usually don't do them anymore because I just buy them for platinum. I'm like a rich scum. Oh man. Yo, Pirate of Power and LucidX, welcome to the stream. Wish you also a great weekend. Thank you for being here. So that was the first thing that I wanted to share, right? That was the first thing I wanted to share. Exactly, Jonathan. Let's go with the face of an ad. Honestly, I have a very, very interesting relationship to Yarrowly, and that relationship was kind of sort of, I don't know if it was intentional, but like when Yarrowly came out, I think it was in 2021, 2020. Like, I don't know when it was, even when the base Yarrowly was released. Back in the day, I was not even active in the English part of Warframe. I was a purely exclusive German-speaking Warframe YouTuber. I was only doing stuff on my German channel back in the day. And when Yarrowly released, DE reached out to me to make a sponsored video on Yarrowly. That was the first time that they actually came to me with any business offer, and they were like, yo, we're going to pay you to make an early video on Yarrowly. And I was like, wow, of course I'm going to do it. And then I made the video on Yarrowly on her release. and then now that Yarrowly Prime releases, they come to me, they make me the face of the Yarrowly ad campaign on Vertical. And I'm like, what is it? If anyone of the DE staff ever sees this, what is it with you that it always ends up that I'm somehow related to something with Yarrowly? It's just funny. I'm not going to complain, right? I'm not going to complain, but it's just hella funny. Yo, Leo, what's good, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. And hi, Ali to you too. How do you keep track of what you're doing with all the content that the game has? It's so easy to get tunnel visioned. The thing is, Nintendo, I think, there's a lot of content that I don't regularly get to play, and that's why I look super dumb on stream whenever I try to do it, because I forgot how to actually do it, right? But right now, I'm just mostly focused on getting decent builds out for every single Warframe. I think about what type of videos I want to make, and then I try to find out what type of stuff I need to play in the game in order to get the material for the videos. For example, that's one of the reasons why today we're going to farm Coda liches, because I want to finally make like my Coda weapon tier list. I've been working on that for freaking weeks, or wanted to work on that for weeks. So yeah, we're going to use the stream to further that process a little bit. But yeah, before we go into that, there's more stuff that I have to share. First of all, Yareli was the first one. The second one is we're going to be able to stream throughout the entire summer. For all of you who've been here more than once, you probably know that I'm having a little bit of a heat issue in this apartment because we're, you know, in a residential complex, multiple apartments. We're in the top one. You would call it penthouse probably, but that's really the wrong word, right? That gives you a completely wrong idea of what this is, right? This is a 1960s old apartment building, and it's not properly isolated. It is hot in here. It is not air conditioned. It is very, very miserable to be in here in the summer. Believe me that. And my biggest worry with the whole live streaming was that I wouldn't be able to actually put out content in summer. Videos were already bad last year, but like sitting here talking for 3 hours straight when it's like 35 degrees Celsius in here is just not gonna happen. And I was like, I would be so sad if I have to pause streaming for like 2-3 months just because it's too hot in here for me. But I have a solution. I have found a solution, because turns out there is a business area, a commercial district, so to speak, 10 minutes from where I live. And there is one building, one company that hosts or rents out office rooms for startups. And I got in touch with them. And I was like, yo, I'm a YouTuber. Do you have an air condition and do you have an office space for me? And they're like, we do. So I went there and it looks all great. They're very nice. And I struck a contract with them yesterday that I will, from July on, have my own office room in that building, which is noise isolated. It is super nice. It has air condition. It has gigabit internet. It has absolutely everything. So that means, you know, we're going to take that whole scene right here and move it to a new place next month. And it will be very, very nice there in summer. I just switch on the AC if it gets too hot. And we can stream, and I can make my videos, and we can all have a good time. And yeah, that's amazing. I'm really happy that this office, yeah, I actually got lucky because when I first contacted them, they said that all the offices were already rented out, and they didn't have anything for me. And just turns out that one of their startups there ran into some financial issues and they couldn't pay rent anymore. So they kind of had to like kick him out mid-contract. And the first thing they did was call me up and they're like, hey, do you already have something else? Because if not, we just have an office for you. And I was like, sign me up for that. So I got really lucky there. I'm very happy that it'll be possible to just, you know, have a cool summer actually. And probably I will stay there for much longer. Like if the summer goes well and everything is fine there, I think I might actually, you know, take my whole YouTube stuff and move to that office permanently so I don't have to work from home anymore. Because I'm going to be 100% real. I haven't left the house over the last couple months a lot because I'm just sitting in this room all day. I'm working, I'm watching my Netflix and everything. And I just sometimes really miss seeing other people in the office, you know, as in my previous job. And there I would have that because there are so many other like young startup people running around there. And I think that's going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine. I'm looking forward to that. That is the second news that I had to share. I'm very happy about that. Yo, Black Scythe. Yo, Julie, what's going on? That's great. Yes, Julie. Thanks. That's really nice. I'm happy that you also enjoy that news. Zakari, Borrow is going to be next weekend, not this weekend, unfortunately. And Necrontic, don't need to apologize, man. You're also not late. I'm just yapping on for way too much time. Welcome to the stream. Wish you a good start in the weekend, of course. What's cooking, Black Scythe? I'm just, you know, sharing some news on paperwork and shit that went on behind the scenes. And hello, Blacky, just curious, if you can only use one Warframe forever, what would it be? I'm gonna get to that in a second. The Ghoul, thank you again so much for the 100 bits. Big Yarly heart goes out. Congrats on the ad and the new space. Thank you, The Ghoul. Really appreciate that you're also happy about it. I'm really happy about that. It's gonna be a bit of work to like bring my whole office infrastructure over there. It might have to cancel 1 or 2 streams at the end of this month or in early July to actually make it happen. But it's gonna be a bigger and brighter future, I think. So yeah, that's finally it. One Warframe forever. Hello, I think it would be Revenant. I'm gonna be real. It would be Revenant. He's not that versatile because he sucks in any type of defense content. But what do you have a team for, right? What do you have a team for? Oh god. So, Unknown Sharky, you've been from Jamaica. Oh, greetings to Jamaica. Quite international the stream today. Watching my videos for a while. Thanks for all the help. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I'm always super happy to help. Welcome to the stream. Get your snacks and drinks ready. Just enjoy it. And also enjoy Warframe. I'm happy that, you know, I could help you get into the game and enjoy it. It's a really great game. I think it just scares off a lot of new players because it's a lot. You know what I mean? Whew. So, also, yo, Ligma Lord, good to see you again. Thirdly, right, there's one more thing that I wanted to share before we finally get into actually playing the game, right? Sorry for all the yap, but I feel like I kind of need to share that stuff. I did not only sign a contract with DE for the advertisement and with the office rental space for my new office, but there was a third contract that happened relatively recently. Many of you will probably have seen it, you know, the top 10 Warframes that was sponsored by War Thunder. That was actually, by the way, the first time I was sponsored by not Warframe. Before that, all the like paid stuff that I ever did was always by Warframe themselves. And the War Thunder sponsoring was the first time that I actually had like a quote-unquote actual sponsor. And that whole thing went via a social media marketing agency, which funnily sits also very close to where I live. Like I could literally get into the car and drive over to their headquarters in 30 minutes. And I had great communications with them during the War Thunder thing. Like we sent, I think, 50 emails in total back and forth, just negotiating all the details and how things should be done and what the customer wants and what they want and what I should do. And it was great communications. Like that was, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I am receiving like 3 to 5 sponsorship offers in my inbox every single day. And every single day, every one of these 3 to 5 sponsorship offers is complete and utter horse piss. Like, it is the worst crypto scam, fake mobile game, whatever type of shit that you can imagine. Like, you look at the email address from where that offer comes, and you immediately put it in the trash bin. That is how bad all this spam is. And I'm gonna be real, this has been the case for 2 years straight, every single day. And after 2 years of every single day just having this garbage, this one War Thunder offer from that German agency that I got was the first ever legit thing where I actually had like good communications, people were nice, we get to, you know, get to an agreement and everything seemed super legit. And they offered me to be under their wing constantly. Like after the War Thunder thing ended, they were very satisfied with how it went. They thought that I was great to work with and I thought that they were great to work with. And we have signed a contract that I will be permanently going forward managed by them, hopefully coming up with some actually legitimate, non-scammy, non-bullshit sponsorship offers for the future videos. And I'm going to be real. I was, on the one hand, I was pretty happy that I finally got to, you know, work together with somebody who's not trying to scam the shit out of me. But on the other hand, I was really thinking and considering, because I don't want to come across like a sellout, you know what I mean? I was like, should you really do that? Should you really sign them? Should you really do more sponsored content going forward? Should you have more sponsors in the video? Because I don't want to, I'm going to be real, I don't want to piss you off I want to seem like a greedy sellout. And I'm definitely never ever, even if they were to offer me that, do any type of like crypto scams, unhealthy beverage shit or whatever. I'm just not going to do that because I'm not desperate enough to do it. But in the end, I decided to just, you know, roll with it because it's some more, I would say, financial diversification. It's some more financial security because right now 90% of my monthly income is just YouTube ads. And let's see, if everything goes well, then hopefully I'm going to have some more sponsors in the videos going forward. Some good sponsors that are not dog shit, of course. And yeah, hopefully going to be having some more financial stability to be able to be a bit more freer in how I do this whole YouTube thing without having to worry so much about YouTube revenue. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is basically what's been happening. And I hope that the future is going to be better and brighter. You know, just wanted to share all those info with you. Bro, you should do it. You should get paid for your work. Zero, thank you so much for the lovely words. You know, sure thing, right? I know that, how should I say it? I know that, sure, I put a lot of work into this, and I'm being paid by YouTube, but I'm going to be real, I sometimes am a little bit worried in the financial sense because if YouTube were to just change their policy, no Raid Shadow Legends, don't worry Black Scythe, I'm never going to do Raid Shadow Legends. I say that here in front of everybody, hands down. I will never promote Raid Shadow Legends unless they're offering me such a ridiculous amount of money that I just can't say no. Like, if they come in here and they're like, brother, we're going to give you $10,000 to put a 30-second Raid Shadow Legends clip in your video, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be real. I'm going to do it. I'm 100% real with you. I think Raid Shadow Legends is an awful game. I think there are worse games, but I also think Raid Shadow Legends is not a good game. But if they were to offer me 10 grand for like a 30-second clip, I would still do it. And I know every single one of you would do it as well. But yeah, if we're just, you know, talking about realistic sums, then no, I'm not going to do Raid Shadow Legends. Not going to happen. I don't like it. Unthinkable fate. I'm going to be real. If my channel was 10 times bigger, then I think 10K for a 30-second advertisement would actually be quite the low amount, actually. Like, if you're thinking about gaming creators with 1 million subscribers plus, if Raid Shadow Legends sponsors them, I bet they pay more than 10 grand for that ad. I'm going to be real. I'm pretty sure they're going to pay more than 10 grand for that. Petition to create MH Studios, Jonathan. Let's see about that. But no, overall, you know, that's just some info that I wanted to share, right? I think that there are some good brands out there, some good stuff, some services and games that are just like War Thunder, right? Actually legit games that, in case of War Thunder, I even played myself in the past. And if I were to get more of these offers going forward, sure, I'm going to take it, have some more financial stability. And I hope you're going to be understanding and not thinking of me as a pesky sellout. And that's just what I wanted to share. You know, Yareli, new office, under contract by a social media management agency now. It's been a lot of paperwork for the last 3 weeks. I'm going to be real. Like, my video uploading schedule has, I think, suffered a little bit because of it. But, like, if you're reading through contract after contract after contract, and it's all in English, by the way, all right, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm happy that all of this is, you know, said and done. Came to all the agreements there. Signature is done. And finally, I can hopefully now get back to actually producing content more. Gets blurry after a while. What gets blurry, DeGould? What gets blurry? Contracts? I bet so, yeah, 100%. Who are you getting sponsors from, MHBlacky? Right now, I've only ever gotten official Warframe sponsorships and War Thunder. But yeah, that War Thunder thing was relatively recently, and since I'm now signed with that agency, they might have some more and more frequent offers for me going forward. I mean, that's the whole point, right? They're only earning money if I'm earning money, and that means it's in their best interest to also come up with stuff for me. So that's that's basically the deal. Jurays, congrats to so many good news. It's great for you. Hopefully the future gets better. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate every single one who's genuinely happy for me. I really do, because I was a little bit afraid how it would come across, you know, talking about contractual financial stuff and yada yada yada. Next is a Warhammer sponsor. I would totally do that. I'm gonna be real, I've never played Warhammer myself, unfortunately, but I do have a friend who is a big time Warhammer fan. And if Warhammer were to ever offer me something, I would visit my friend. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to sleep over at your place for one weekend now, and you're going to blast me with all the Warhammer excitement that you have. And after that, I'm going to be a fan too, and I can make a legitimate ad. Because I think Warhammer is a great franchise, just that I personally never really had time to interact with it. Hey, Metal Twig, what's good on? How am I today? I'm doing pretty well. Been an eventful week. I basically yapped on for the last 40 minutes about it. I hope you also had a good week. And I think we can finally now start doing some liches, shall we? Shall we do some liches, friends? Everybody who wants to join in with the Coda hunt, you can message me in-game right now. Who wants to come in and join the fun, just go into your in-game chat box, type in /W MHBlacky, and type something, and then you will show up just like all these nice people here, and I will invite you to join the Lich Hunt. But we're not going to do the Lich Hunt with Ember right here. I want to get the Coda 60%. Now, Embriage, that is exactly what we're going to do. That is exactly what is the plan, Embriage. That is a good plan. I think we're going to go with Madame Saren right here, but not with the ugly appearance, but with the pretty one. That's good. And in the weapons department, I want to go with the Boltor and Karnon. Boltor is always nice. You did the Warhammer Rhythm, you did a Warhammer Captura, a Warhammer Captura fashion edit. That's cool. Want to check it out? Sure, send it over to me, but not right now, because right now we're first going to do the liches. When we look at the fashion and the builds later, then definitely message me about it. Why do I have my corrosive build with a corp? What the? You know what? We're just not going to talk about it. We're just not going to talk about it. Instead, we will put... Oh no, brother. We're going to put Galvanized Aptitude in here. That's all going to be good. Here, that's fine. And here, we're going to go with the Zoris. With that, what does it have? Orokin. Yeah, never mind. It's strong enough. It's strong enough. Cool on Discord. Norism, you can share the fashion. You can share the fashion setup in-game, just like normal builds. I'm going to explain that when we get to it. Is there a faction mod in Mahara? Unfortunately not. I would die for a freaking faction mod for Skuldra in Tekrod. I think it's time. I think it's about time we should get one of those. We've gotten the Murmur one, actually. Did we get it? I think at this time, round about last year, right? And I think it's about time to also have a Skuldra mod. Is Kome good for late game, Daniel? I think Kome is good for long endurance, no matter if you do it with the base on a low-level mission or a high-level mission. I think Kome is just really your frame for when you want to stay in the mission long. Then she benefits a lot. But if you're only doing a quick capture, I think she's not that good. Exactly, Jonathan. We have a normal Murmur mod. I actually think it's about time we prime that, isn't it? Right? That Warframe sure has a fat... What? Let me quickly also equip a companion. I'm just going to go with a very classic Diriga. Do I have Manifold Bond on him?
Welcome, Tenno.
Do I have Manifold Bond? LPs, welcome to the fold, LPs. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for the sub, and welcome to the crew. And AK Maiko, depends on the cap. I don't know what the answer is, but welcome to the stream anyway. So, friends, we're now going to go in with... Brothers, I told you, don't... Coda, please, okay. We're going to look at builds and fashion later, okay? We're going to look at builds and fashion later. We're going to do the Coda rock and roll right now. I am in solo mode. Thank you for letting me know. Who wanted to join? No. Coda. Technic wanted to do Coda. You wanted to do Coda. Yo Veteran wanted to do Coda. There we go. When you do use Legendary Core on a flawed Vitality... Jonathan, please don't tell me you did that. Please don't tell me you did that. Why would you? Why? Jonathan, why? What has that mod ever done to you? By the way, which freaking build am I even running here? Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I think I'm gonna go with Shock Trooper. I think that's about right. What do I have in terms of... Do I have adaptation? No. What build is that, man? That's like 0 freaking... Nourish? Do I have a Nourish build with adaptation? Do I have any freaking tanky build here? This one is tanky. With adaptation. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that then. It's alright. Your favorite frame actually is Garuda. Ooh, that's good because we got the Garuda Prime now, right? Garuda Prime is back, my friends. That's good. I think Garuda is a frame that I definitely should, you know, invest some time into. But let me quickly double check the build on my Parazon to see what's going on here, if I need to change anything. Where can I see my freaking Lich? Here. So, the Trojan tracker was right. Man, I completely forgot how that whole thing works again. Yes, I think Garuda is really good. And where is that freaking overview where it shows me which combinations I used before and which didn't work? I'm doing 1 mission per group technique. That's what I'm going to try. But if no one else signs up, then, you know, you can feel free to sign up again. Malware found. Repair. Ah, shut up. We're going to do... What do we have? Exterminate. That's fine. Let's just go exterminate. Ligma Lord is busy with the Kuva Lich right now. That's fine, man. No stress. No stress, man. Kuva Liches also need to be killed. You don't need it, just the right antivirus and potency mods. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was actually 1 or 2 correct mods. I forgot that. But I can remember that we found in the last stream when we did Coda hunting for the last time, I know we found the one that actually works. Marco, what should your first Prime Warframe be? Actually... I think, I'm going to be real, I think Primes, with a very, very, very few exceptions, Primes are just for the fashion. Because Primes do not have any relevant advantage over their normal parts, other than that they look cooler. There are a few exceptions, like for example Volt Prime, who goes from 150 maximum energy to 300 by default. I think that makes a significant difference, because depending on which build you're going to go for, you can actually get away with Volt Prime and not modding for maximum energy at all, which opens up 1 mod slot that you would need on the normal Volt. Therefore, Volt Prime is superior over normal Volt, but there are only like 3 or so frames in the entire game where their stats are actually meaningfully different. So that's basically what I mean. That build plays like a caster. Breach Search, Brief Respite. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Breach Search is crazy. By the way, what's going on, Technic? Gotta make it ready. Yo, Sophie, good to see you too. How was your week? Ekarin, oh, that's no problem, right? Don't feel bad about not having primes. You know, about primes, it's really just like, whenever you don't really have anything better to do, you just crack relics and see what you get. And then at some point, you're going to have some prime sets and you just build them, right? That's really it. Unlike Warframes, though, for some weapons, I would say the primed variants are actually much better. They are. Let me quickly go. Venom Dose and Zata's Whisper and Toxic Lash and Just obliterate everything with that. That would be it. No, like, prime weapons are significantly better than the normal counterparts, but it's also not like that the best weapons in the game are all primed. Because primed weapons are objectively weaker than, you know, some of the Lich weapons or the Incarnons, so it's not like primed weapons are even that good in the grand scheme of things. So long story short, just see whatever you can get, and then it's alright. Wait, so if you get the extra plat from the... What? Where's the message? From the corpus, it's considered free plat and you can't trade it outside the market? What do you mean the coupons? The coupons. I think yes. I think if you get, yeah, also if you win like a platinum giveaway and stuff, it is considered platinum that's not tradable. So you just have to spend it in the market. A fun fact, by the way, fun fact. There's a funny story from last year's 10-0 VIP party at the Gamescom here in Germany. So I was at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. I think I've told that multiple times because I live right around the corner from there. And there was a 10-0 VIP party after the Gamescom Saturday. And they had, I shit you not, I think it was a giveaway for 100,000 platinum. 100,000 platinum. Like everybody there in the VIP party got a little note. And then it had a number on it, and then they pulled one random number out of their hat, and they were like, the winner will get 100,000 Oh, we got a Lich right here. Is that mine? I don't know. So the winner would have gotten 100,000 platinum, right? And then they called out the number, and I looked onto my little note, and I won that. I won 100,000 platinum. Oh, that is actually mine. Beautiful. So I actually won 100,000 platinum, and they were very sad that I won that because, you know, they knew I was like the creator guy, and, you know, I basically asked like, yo, can I use that platinum to do a shit ton of community giveaways? And they were like, unfortunately not, because it's giveaway platinum, it's not tradable. And then I was just like, you know, give it to someone else. And then they doubled it and pulled another number, and somebody else went home with 200,000 platinum. So yeah, if it would have been tradable, I would have just taken it and I would have just showered you all in platinum. But unfortunately, giveaway platinum is not tradable. That is the story behind that. Oh no, Sophie, no, not really actually, because I don't really have any use for platinum. Let's be 100% real. I don't have any use for platinum. Like, having 100,000 platinum wouldn't help me at all. Like, I have everything in the game that I need. If something new comes out, I just get given it for free as part of the creator program. So there's barely anything I need to buy for platinum other than Forma and catalysts. And if I need to get platinum for that, I just spend a couple euros. It's a tax write-off because Warframe is my business. It's just really, platinum really doesn't mean all too much for me. So yeah, the only use for me would have been genuinely to just give it away. Double it and give it to the next person. Yes, and some people got mad that the next person actually took it instead of just saying double it and give it to someone else, because people were somehow believing that we could double it forever. But like, I'm gonna be 100% real. If you are pulled to win 200,000 platinum, wouldn't you just take it? Like, let's be real, wouldn't you just take it? I think it's completely fair to just take it. That means you will always have enough platinum for absolutely everything for the rest of your Warframe days, and I would judge nobody who just says, you know what, I'm going to take it. That's fine. Exactly, Mahara. It's a lifetime supply. Ain't giving it to... right? Isn't it like that? Yeah. Not going to judge anyone. Not going to judge anyone. But yeah, thank you for the run. But really, just 5 freaking percent? That's going to take forever. Can't we just speed that up a little? You take it any day, Riz. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Can't we just do something to speed this up? What stuff do we got here? 50% disinfection and gain affinity. Oh, I think I need to put that in there, right? And that as well. Yeah, I forgot to put these in. Get 10 disinfection to drop a potency mod. Yeah, I think I'm good with potency mods. I think we're going to go with that. You got to change the mods. Yeah, just found out, Shadow of Death. Just found out. Thanks for the runs, guys. Thanks for the runs. I'm going to invite the next group. Oh boy, where we go? There we go. Invite and invite. So that was a bit of a bummer, but at least I got to share the story. By the way, thanks team for doing all the work for me as always. Now I get 30, exactly, Beastless. Now I get 35. I got it again. I understand it. We game it now, exactly. B-Blue is good. How you just check the Caliber Chicks 2 leaderboard? I can't connect to the game. I don't know, unfortunately. I've never played Caliber Chicks. Didn't have time to do that till now. But I think it's... I also haven't done the Rainbow Road thing with the bikes at the arcade. Haven't done that either. So friends, you in or you in? Right now, just have Ligma Lord. Wins 100,000 platinum, forgets how to do liches. Hey, Lobster, it is what it is. D-Bar, question. I recently finished getting the Coda weapons to 60%. That's great. Congratulations for that. Yeah, they were easy. Yeah. But I never noticed if it was noticeable difference doing the Kuva weapons now. I don't think so. I'm going to be real, I don't think so. I think, sure, it's going to get you a bit faster. It's going to get you the kills a little bit faster. But I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I think the right element makes more of a difference than the actual number. Is it worth getting to the 60%? I think it's worth to get all the different Lich weapons first. And if there's one or two that you like a lot, then I would maybe consider getting them to 60%. But I don't think it's necessary that you get every single one of them. BG Gaming, welcome to the stream. Wish you a good Friday. Mr. Streamer, is there another way to farm void traces other than opening relics? Adrian, I think not. I can't think of any other way. While we're waiting for people to join in, let me quickly go to the Warframe wiki and double check that for you. Void traces. Warframe wiki. There we go. Acquisition. Void traces are primarily obtained by collecting reactant void fissures, which blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Then, of course, if somebody selects your relic, you also get some more void traces. Granum Void Rank 1 reward contains void traces for normal extended nightmare tiers. So yeah, if you do Granum Void stuff, apparently you get also some void traces. Didn't know that. And isolation vaults containing storage containers that, when broken, may drop void traces. So, learned something new today. You could do Granum Void or isolation vaults as well for void traces. But if I'm being completely honest, I would just crack relics. I would just rather crack relics. Why is nobody accepting my invite, by the way? Brand, what's going on? Hello, good sir. Hope you're having a wonderful day. That is so sweet of you. I hope you have a great day too, man. Happy that you're here. And yes, I'm having a good Friday. Thank you for asking. Buy traces with Aya on... What? You can buy traces, 8-bullet? Really? Why is Ligma Lord out? Ligma Lord, why you out? What happened? Yeah, I think it's exactly, Riz. It's slower than Void Relics. I think if I weren't yapping all that much, if I wasn't yapping all that much, okay, Ligma Lord is out, fine. Then, where was I there? Necrontic. Now's your shot. If I wasn't yapping all that much, maybe people would still be online when I finally get to inviting them. But that's what you get. That's what you get with my streams. It's like one Aya for a trace. It's not... What? What, Zero Trinity? One Aya for one trace? That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Nah. Don't do that. Okay, we got a squad going. Let's do Hellscrub Skuldra. The Collector Pen, subscribe to the channel. Mr. or Mrs. Collector Pen, welcome to the crew. Who's out now again? You know what? I genuinely don't care. I've tried to invite so many people now. We're getting in with 3 people now. I don't care that somebody just went out again. Let's just finally play some Warframe, shall we? I think I'm going to clean my inbox after this, and then only the people who genuinely are there who want to play, just send me a message and then we actually get something together. Yes, Collector Pen, welcome to the crew. Much fun with the emotes, much fun with everything. Hope you're having a great start into the weekend. I really appreciate your honesty, your generosity, your honesty as well. I'm sure you're an honest person. I'm sure I'd appreciate that. How's it going? It's going perfectly well, man. Perfectly well. Thanks for asking. Just having a, chill old Friday. Farming some liches so I can finally, maybe, potentially, hypothetically get my video out on that. Throw some Zoruses around. All the good stuff. Just, chatting with chat a little bit. Who has such a disgustingly strong pet in here? I'm seeing a lot of, what is it, Contagious Bond, which spreads all the stuff around. That's pretty strong. Whose pet is that? I don't even need to do any work again. That's great. Clem spam, exactly. Tobot, exactly. What is that? What do you think of the Revenant Prime and Baruch Prime Access Lobster? I mean, I personally, I know that a lot of people love the Revenant Prime armor set. I think a lot of people like it. I personally don't, because the shoulders are so big, they always get into my way whenever I play, so I can't properly aim. So I'm not the biggest fan of the Revenant Prime shoulders. For Baruch, I would still have to look at the fashion because I forgot which one it comes with. But overall, right, Baruch and Revenant, two excellent frames. Revenant, my absolute number one of all the time. So I think it's a big W. Jobot, welcome. Thank you for your sub as well. Bro, y'all going crazy. Y'all going crazy today. Welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I really do. I wish you also a great start into the weekend. Of course. And we forgot that just happened. I think that's not my lich, is it? Let's get some damage bonuses up here. So where are those mofos? Let's give them some good old broadside, shall we? It's not my lich. But that's okay. That's alright. I need to hustle. Yo, I don't care. If we fail the mission, the lich progress is still there. Nice. Nice. Yeah, let's just...
Keyboard locked.
Yeah, let's just stand here for a little bit, shall we? Oh, man. Patrasator, good afternoon. Yo, good to see you, too. Good to see you, too. Always happy to see you, Patrasator. How is it going for you? People
Mouse unlocked.
Ligmuller, sorry for the power went out for a bit. I'll send another. Yeah, that's
Keyboard
no problem.
Unlocked.
That's no problem, Ligmuller. As I said, I'm gonna clean the entire inbox after this, and then everybody can message me again and get in again, because most of the messages I had from earlier were people wanting me to take a look at builds and stuff. So let's try and get the actual Coda crew together after this. Is it my... Oh, that's my lich. Okay. So we got a second spawn. Didn't notice that. Yeah, you die, mofo. You die, brother. You ain't getting out of this alive. Where's the other bro? He gone? Damn, he gone. He ain't having none of that. Getting some of that good old... some of that good old broadside. Fair enough. But yeah, that's no problem, Big Muller. That's no problem. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done after this. I think after this, I only need to confront my lich once, and then I have them, right? Oh, Necrontic, you haven't unlocked Steve. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should do the lich runs on normal path, so everybody can join. Doesn't make a difference, does it? Like for the lich progress. Does Steel Path make a difference for the lich progress? And why is the Incarnate Fire empty so fast? That's a scam, brother.
Our numbers grow.
Imps Dimps. what a great username. Imps Dimps. Yo, big salute goes out to you. I don't even know where's that freaking enemy? Where's that? Where's Misery? Where you at? You got plans? Don't say that. Shut your trap. Yo, but like, hey. Imps Dimps. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the sub. Wish you also a great start into the weekend. By the way, I wish that to everybody here, no matter if you're subbing or donating or not, right? Everybody should have a good start into the weekend. And all the German Nintendo here have a good start into the long weekend. Just doing some friggin' infested Coda stuff. Where is Misery? Where in the 200 meters? Okay, no wonder I don't find him. It's alright. It's alright. About to go to bed. Are you from Indonesia, Necrotic? Okay, yo, then, you know, get your sleep, right? In Indonesia, isn't it like, I don't know, midnight or 1 a.m. in Indonesia right now? How many hours are you ahead? But yeah, have some sweet dreams. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas, and if you do that, sometimes you end up in Indonesia. So yeah, don't feel forced to stick around. If you need some sleep, then you have my blessing. Do that and have a good start into the Saturday tomorrow. Tantemu, welcome to you too. Another 3 hours of grind, surrender, void, and then sleep. Okay, yeah, 3 hours of grind is fine. That's basically what I'm doing here, right? And MLax, hi to you too, or MIX. Game over, man. Game over. See, we got 2 more of those, which is good. Worthy camaraderie. Nightfall icon, gotta go for a bit. Might be back before stream finishes. Hey, no problem, Nightfall. Good that you were here. I wish you much success with all the business that you have right now. So, everybody who wants to join for more Coda Liches, I'm going to turn it down to normal path, so even if you don't have Steel Path unlocked, you can still join in. Just message me right now. We're going to get the new squad together. Go to normal path. Everybody can do it. Let's see who we got. We got Technik, we got Extress, so that's a good name. And Papa Snoop, the one and only Doggy Dog. It's L. Okay, MLax. You don't mind joining Dome Eyes Dragon? Then just send me a message and you win probably for the next run. Those are rookie numbers, Jonathan. 8 hours of grind. I mean, 8 hours is a full-time job, isn't it? Let's do that once again. Max Drummer, what's good? First time we get to catch a stream. Been following YouTube vids for like 2 to 3 years already. Wow, that is quite the time, my brother. Good that you made a stream. I'm happy to see you and welcome. I hope you're going to have a great old time just chilling out. Maybe if you want to, you can also message me to join in for the squads, for the Coda Lich hunts or the biking in the loading screen. But I'm happy that you like my videos, and it's always cool to see, old channel veterans coming in and getting some good dose of live stream. Chicken teriyaki. You know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say old channel veterans? Chicken teriyaki, good to see you too. How was your week? When is the Albie Weaver update, Minecraft? I don't know. My bet is on June 18th, 10 a.m. Eastern. That is my very specific, definitely just suggestion. And because it's a Wednesday, they usually put updates in the second half of the month, and it's usually always on Wednesday, and it's usually always between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern time, and that would be June 18th, 10 to 11 Eastern. That's my bet. But there is no official information on that. They haven't unveiled any official information on that just yet. So my guess is as good as yours. I've heard somebody say 15th, but I don't think that's true because that would be a Sunday, I think, right?
Welcome, Tenno.
Cash Prime, subscribe to the channel. Yo, Cash Prime. Cash Prime being like, you know what, brother? Take some of that Prime, some of that dough, you know what I mean? And get a subscription. Thank you so much, Cash Prime. I really appreciate it. I think, friends, I think we just have to do it. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been here more than once, you know what I'm talking about. You just know it. That's what happens if y'all being too generous. Gonna bring our legally distinct Canada necklace out. Wear that a bit higher so you can actually see it. Get the bling going. And yeah. I appreciate the sub. I think it's fair if I rock the Prime fashion a little bit. for Cash Prime and for everybody else who joined the crew before Cash Prime. You see, exactly. All right, please invite me. Bang Zama, yes. I'm MHBlacky Prime. I'm like Lavos. I can prime myself. I can prime myself. So I just got to quickly decline the invitations because otherwise my HUD is bugged. They really need to get rid of that. That like if you have an invitation in the background open, that your HUD is bugged. Where are the Coda? Is it mine? If yes, let me finish him. If no, let me finish him.
Welcome, Tenno. Our numbers grow.
Where the mofo went? Okay, it was not mine. Dane 2D. Mr. and Mrs. Dane, I appreciate it. Welcome to the crew. I don't care if you're 2D, if you're 3D, if you're 4D virtual reality. You're welcome anyway. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Much fun with the emotes, the loyalty badges. Have a great old weekend and enjoy the stream. Big Yarly heart goes out. Boy, y'all are going crazy. Honestly, I genuinely believe the only reason why chat is going so crazy today is because Sam is on vacation. Oh god, if Sam was here, it wouldn't be as crazy. By the way, for everybody who hasn't noticed before or who hasn't heard about it, Saminator, also very great Warframe streamer. You should definitely check him out if you haven't already. He is currently, he started today, he's on a Japan vacation, meeting one of his best friends there. And I think he's going to be out of the office for like 2 weeks. He's going to go to Tokyo and the area around it. And I wish him the best. I wish him a great old time. I haven't been in Japan for a long time. I was there in 2017. Before the COVID epidemic, and I would love to go there again. And I wish him all the best. And I'm also happy to see him when he comes back. His stream is going to get some nice upgrades. We've talked about it in private. He has some great plans for the future, and I can't wait for it. But I also wish him a great vacation. Bro definitely deserves it. He should go to Shibuya. Isn't that like super famous crossing in Tokyo, Black Scythe? Isn't that the like this Tokyo Times Square thingy that everybody like knows? Don't blame Sam, lol. I'm gonna blame Sam as much as I freaking want. Why don't you do the mastery rank up? You know, Skeletulits. I'm not mad for you asking because you're watching on YouTube, and on YouTube there is no FAQ section that answers it as there is on Twitch, so that's perfectly fine for you to ask. The reason is because I don't want to have a bronze emblem at LR1. Yeah, that's the only reason. But I'm also kind of happy that the Twitch FAQ section seems to actually work, because the only questions about my mastery rank only always come from YouTube comments, which means that people are probably actually reading the FAQ here on Twitch, which is positively surprising. That is very nice. Like, look at him fly, brother. Okay, let's get out of here. So, friends, what happened to you this week? Just tell me something. Share some of your experiences. What did you do this week? Was there anything special? Did you have exams? Did you hook up with the hottest girl in town? Did you hook up with the hottest guy in town? Is the hottest person in town non-binary and you hooked up with them? All the, interesting stuff that happened. Anything special? Just let me know. Let's just chat a bit. Let's just have a fun little conversation. Nothing really interesting happening to me. I'm not even knowing how to get out of this level. You know what I mean? I need you to carry the conversation, brothers. We're in 1.5 hours. I need you to take over the conversation now. I've done my work. I've done my part. They're the hottest person in town. Oh, man. Hooked up with all of them at the same time, Serpy boy. That's it. That's the spirit, right? That's the openness that we need in the 21st century. Hell yeah. Kivstar, you cut steak dinners for customers. That's the best thing this week. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So you're working in a restaurant. You're working as a chef in a steak restaurant. That's really cool. Because I think there's quite the science to making a good steak. I'm not really good at it. I'm not really good in the kitchen at all. But I do enjoying myself a very well-made steak. Nice medium steak, not too bloody, just a little bit. And that's just... I was on vacation last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yeah, I think last weekend I was out of town with my girlfriend, and we went to like an American type of restaurant where we went, and they had steak, and this shit was so good. Now you're hungry, Sophie. I'm sorry. You know, you gotta know it by now. If you watch my stream, you're gonna leave with a lot of emotions that you didn't think you would have had. Hunger is one of them. So just, you know, just be prepared, you know what I mean? Oh, Patrosator, yeah, thanks for the shout out. Everybody watching Tenno Live on July 19th, you know, the TennoCon, will get Valkyrie Prime entirely for free. That is 100% true. Thank you for shouting that out, Patrosator. And thank you for the run, guys. Really appreciate it. Was a good run. Didn't get my personal itch, but that's fine. We're going to get him next time. Now we have the next few people joining in. Doing some stuff. With exactly Xenos Fire, exactly. Thanks for pointing that out. With Reactor and Warframe slots. So even if you already have a maxed out Valkyrie Prime with 50 gazillion forma, heirloom skin and everything, still do that because you get one free inventory slot. It's basically like the deck stuff that you get for the Warframe Anniversary. Is there a way to force a Kuva Lich to appear without having to level up the anger, Javok? Is there an item that does that? Yeah, there is an item. It is called Requiem Murmur or something. It's an item that I think you have a 25% chance of getting as a drop when you finally defeat the Lich. You can use that for both the Kuva as well as the Sisters of Pavos. I'm not sure if it works for the Coda. Don't quote me on that. If you have that item, you can use that to instantly confront the Lich. Similarly like the Stalker Beacon with the Stalker. If you don't have that, you're just gonna have to rank up the anger, unfortunately. I think Coda Liches are a lot nicer to do than Kuva and Tenant ones. Sorry to ask, but do you have a created glyph in the game? How can you get it? Jason, I do have that. I can show you after this mission. The code for the glyph in the market should be MHBlacky. I gotta be real though, I still have to contact Digital Extremes about it because the image for that glyph is my old logo. It's not my current logo. I want to have that updated. I should contact them about it and kindly ask if they would do that for me. But yes, I do have the glyph and you can get it for free by typing in the code. I think it was MHBlacky, not 100% sure. Rubka says it's MHBlacky. Thank you, Rubkas. Then it is MHBlacky. You can type it in as a redeem code in the market and then you should get it. And then you can use it. Bake Up, you're relearning how to draw, and I'm gonna draw Deviria. Oh, that's cool, Bake Up. That's very cool. In general, I just really love it when people have like some form of creative hobby. Doesn't necessarily need to be anything that I personally resonate with, right? But just you know, people being creatively active, I just find there's something super duper satisfying about it. Wait, for real? Yes, Actinium. That is true. I do have a glyph. I've been having the glyph for quite a while, actually. I think I got that when I was still just doing German-only content. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have my old image as a glyph, right? That old image has been gone for a long time. Not sure the wiki says it only works for the Kuva and the Sisters. Okay, then better don't try it for the Kodas. Maybe the Kodas have their own item. I would have to look into it. Why aren't there that many Jade enjoyers in the game? She's awesome. Oh, Lenko, I absolutely agree. Jade is great. Jade is great. Girls just having it all. Jade is basically Stacy's mom because she got it going on. But I think it's good for you, right? If you're enjoying a Warframe that not a lot of other players enjoy, I think there's some internal satisfaction about it. That's a satisfaction that, by the way, you know, Saren cosplaying as a bird there for a second. That is one thing that I will never get to experience because I am maining the most played Warframe in the game, literally. You know what I mean? That is a satisfaction that I will never feel because I am mainstream as fuck. But if you enjoy a frame that most players don't like, that's super cool, actually. I think that's a good feeling. It worked! Oh, that's cool, Actinium. Done much fun with it. Coda liches appear only by chance, Ripgas. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Awesome, that's going on my orbiter wall. Oh, that's cool, Jason. That's cool. Yes, I have some MHB posters in the orbiter. By the way, why did my freaking lich not come up? Let's get another squad going and bring those people to justice. By the way, we have one more slot open. Just 2 more people here. If you want to join in. Oh, I should have probably left the squad. Thanks for the run. If anyone wants to join, or anyone who we've already had wants to rejoin, then exactly do it like Technic here. Invite me, or send me an invite, don't invite me. Thank you also, Sophie, for pointing that out in the chat again. And let's finally get some of those liches, because I really want to have that Coda weapon with 60%. Do you have a Discord? I'd like to join if you have one. Bake Up, we actually talked about this in the mod Discord yesterday, because we have a Discord server with, you know, just the chat mods and me. And we talked about it, and I was like they were saying, bro, you need to have a freaking community Discord. Everybody always asks about it. And I was like, I would love to. But it takes a lot of time to find new mods for like the Discord side of things, and then basically everybody was like, "Yeah, I'd mod for the Discord too. Yeah, I don't just want to mod on Twitch. I would mod for everything." So I hope before the end of the year we're gonna get something like that going, but I don't want to say all too much just yet, because it takes a little bit of time to set up stuff, and I'm very busy. So that's kind of it. You're obsessed with Saku, Tantemu. I think Saku is very, very cool. I think it's perfectly fine to be obsessed with them. Tsatsiki, what a great username. Is day 3 of inactive... What? Is the 3-day inactive platinum discount still a thing? I do not know if it's like guaranteed, Tsatsiki, that you get that after 3 days, but I am relatively sure that if you stay offline for a couple of days and then you log in again, it's much more likely that you're going to get a platinum discount. I've seen that myself from my own experience. And Good Baby, welcome to the stream to you too. And Hans, moin. German content is a big question. I talked about it before. I should probably make an update video on the German channel about it. It's just that I'm having so much to do. The fact is, I shouldn't have announced that I want to get back to German content before I actually timed it properly, because turns out that even though being full-time still doesn't leave me with enough time to constantly make German content. That's the unfortunate thing about it. So I don't want to say never. But I'm still like searching for a solution to make it happen consistently and not having to sacrifice English content for it. Randium, welcome. Before we do that, I think I'm getting a little hot under that hat here. Let me actually see something here again. What? Do what Mr. Beast, hire a German speaker and have them translated. Javok, that is... give me a second. That necklace is a problem, brother. The thing is, right? The thing is, I wouldn't want to have anyone else's voice on my channels. I think if I were to have anyone else narrate my videos, it would just not be me. Like, if there's one thing that I definitely do want to do myself on my channels and that I do not want to give to anyone else, that I don't want to outsource, it's doing the voiceover, right? I would be fine outsourcing the editing. I would be fine outsourcing a lot if I could actually afford it. But one thing that I would never outsource is just doing the voiceover, because I think my channel would lose all of its personality if you know, it wasn't me doing the thing. What should I do here? Oh, there's one more. Okay. Raw Chiller, what's going on? True honest work by the only... Exactly. It's not much, but it is honest work. I'm about to die. Holy cow. What? Why are they doing so much freaking damage? Ouch. We didn't see that. Why bro's doing so much damage? Die. Yeah, eat that, brother. That should get us to 100%, right? Yes, there we go. Sophie, thank you so much for the lovely words. No, but like that's genuinely what I mean, right? Also, the same thing happened with Game Theory, right? After MatPat left, I think the videos themselves, like purely looking at the product, like what they put out, that's fine, right? It's not that the videos themselves have objectively lost quality after MatPat left.
Mouse locked. Keyboard unlocked.
But it's like MatPat was the voice and the character of the channel. Like you can't do Game Theory without MatPat. It's just not the same. And with my channels here, it would be the same, right? If someone else were to just do the voiceover, it just wouldn't be the same. And that's why I wouldn't give
Mouse
that away.
Unlocked.
Okay, finally I can look where I'm going. Yeah, so that's basically the TLDR. So ideally, I would have to like do the voiceover and send all the raw materials over and then be like, hey, I need an editor to do all of that for me and do it for dirt
Keyboard
cheap
locked.
because the German channel just doesn't make enough money to sustain an editor. That's the problem with it. Do you have an English accent when you speak German? No, JVlog, I don't. Because, I am German. I have a bit of a German accent when I speak English, but definitely not when I... The fun thing is...
Keyboard unlocked.
When I speak German, and, there's some like English words in German as well. Like, when I were to speak German and I talk about a story or something, I would genuinely pronounce the word story in a German way. Like, these people who are like sort of having dual citizenship and like grew up in like two countries separately and they speak accent-free both languages. And whenever they say like single words of that other language while speaking the other language, I can't really describe what I mean here, but like when I have a German sentence that includes the word story, I say Story. And when I speak English, of course I say story, but I wouldn't say a German sentence and that single word story, I would never pronounce it story if it's in a German sentence. You know what I mean? I'm just like purely German in that sense. Story, exactly. By the way, who we got here? Who was the last one that I invited? So yeah, thanks for the runs, friends. I think we could do the showdown now, can't we? Hey. Sounds French. I've heard more than one people say that I have a French accent. I do not, though. I could pretend to have a French accent, but I do not have that. I would have to like genuinely try to do that. Please no. That's decent enough. Let me quickly change to Mr. Revenant so I can just chill during the Lich fight. That would be nice. And you can speak French, Actinium. I can also speak a little bit of French. I've had it in school for like 4 years, but I forgot most of it. Yeah, the build is fine. It's all right. Who wants to join for the final showdown in the Railjack? And Railjack the showdown. What's your main, Helds? You're looking at him right now. He's standing there menacingly, about to tear up some infested Lich butt. As a Frenchman yourself, you know you do not? That's fine, Harmonic. That is fine. Also, let's be honest, your tradecraft in language is great. What is tradecraft, Actinium? What is tradecraft? I've heard so many people speak with thick accent. Oh man, I think that's why. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I think it just comes down to two factors. First of all, that I mostly speak more English nowadays in my day-to-day life than German, since you don't have Showdown. Okay. Then get back to me when we hunt the next one. We need one more person for the Lit Showdown. One more person for the Lit Showdown. And also the fact that my girlfriend is not German. So usually, like, even when I'm not working on YouTube, we are speaking a whole lot of English in the house. Which sometimes leads to funny situations where I'm visiting my parents and then I'm talking to German to them and I genuinely just forget some words. It happens. And they're sometimes very mad about it. Okay, nobody wants to join, then we're just gonna do it with 3 people. It's also fine. That is also fine then. So where is the Coda? Here, right? This one. Use it or lose it, J-Monk. Yeah, kind of sort of is like that, yeah. They need to have a much joined for... Yeah, that's all right. I just wanted to make sure that nobody misses out on the opportunity who would have liked to do that. Let's tear up some liches. Liches get stitches. You're still at work, Peter Sater? No problem, man. Absolutely no problem, Peter Sater. Don't stress out about it.
All right, who's ready for the next song?
What was that? Oh, they sent somebody in. Well, let's just take him out then. Just finish your Coda Lich 8 Bullet. Congratulations. Did you get some good stuff out of it? Did you get some good stuff, 8 Bullet? Fires? I don't care. My Railjack is tanky enough. It can take it. The Blacky Mobile can take it. At work, for fuck's sake. It's fine, Peter Sater. How long do you have to work? Is your shift almost over? Are you almost in the weekend, or do you have to toil away quite a bit still? Coda for the broda. Yes, man. That's exactly what we're gonna do. How do you join, Unknown Sharky? You just pop me a quick message in the game, like you type into the Warframe in-game chat /w MHBlacky to send me a whisper message, and then you will show up into my in my message board, and I can just pop you a quick invitation. That is how it works. But I can also show it again on stream after this mission is over. Boom. And let's destroy the second speaker. Oh yeah, Sophie was so nice to post it in the chat already. Come on, come on. Don't overheat, guns. Take out the speaker. There we go.
Keep showing us your support.
And let's bring that to an end. What is that in freedom time? What? Freedom time. The problem with freedom time is that it is across 3 time zones. That's the issue. Okay, let's get the Incarnon mode going. Yeah, let's get the red crits going. That's what I want to see, brother. That's what I want to see. Have the red crits, get the good chemicals in the brain, and take out those pesky invaders here. By the way, thanks again for the recommendations you've done through the many vids and the acquisition help. I'm happy, Actinium. I'm happy I could help. Always happy to help. That's what I'm here for, after all. Honestly, I should do something, or see if I can do something about the ammo efficiency on the Incarnon Fire of the Boltor. Like, that thing genuinely pisses me off. It's empty so fast. I am too American, right? I'm putting out too many bullets downrange. Precision is just not happening for me. Tennessee alone is 3 time zones? What? Tennessee alone is 3 time zones? Oh yeah, Hildren has, but I'm sure Hildren can do a lot here. Alright, let's get in here. Let's take the mofos down. Boom! Taylor Swift concert. Let's go. We didn't get the tickets, but we're still coming in. Skeletolis, yeah, the boring Conan is a great pick. Everybody who hasn't gotten it yet, I would strongly suggest you do get it. This week we're not going to do any Incarnon grinding though, because I actually happen to have every single Incarnon adapter that is on rotation this week. So no grind for me. I'd rather do the Coda Liches instead because I'm still very behind on Coda weapons. Telos Boltor. Yeah, I probably should have done that too. Probably should have gotten a second Boltor Incarnon. And put it on the Telos.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Mainland USA is 4 times. Really? 4 time zones? I always thought that LA and New York are only 3 hours apart. Or maybe because of Alaska, right? Alaska? Is Alaska the 4th time zone? And then Hawaii is probably another one, right? This animation will never get less disgusting, will it? Ah, come on, get out of this animation so I can actually get quickly into the chat window, which has somehow been bugged out a little. It's Mazel Tov, it's a girl. What? What? Oh my god, what are we talking about? Isn't Mazel Tov, isn't that what you say in Hebrew for
Keyboard
like cheering
locked.
with a drink? Or am I completely bugging here? Okay, new plan, we delay the capture, what? Really, Eldon? The 48 continental states?
Keyboard
Oh, sorry.
unlocked.
The 48 continental states have... Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, die. What do I need to do? Go up here? No. Oh, it's sometimes used when somebody gives birth too. Okay. Didn't know that. I actually think that this whole boss fight is done pretty well. If, you know, if you're not playing Revenant, that is. Because Revenant trivializes it a lot. Which is the very same reason why I'm playing him. Isn't it great? Do your worst? Okay. I'll go in Conan for that. Bada bing, bada boom. You down. You down. Yeah, you down too. Why are you... Why do you get health? Okay, never mind. Still need to take this guy out and this guy too. Just die, come on. Yeah, down you go. There we go. That's Lich number 2. Enjoying the stream, Kivstar. That's nice to hear. Thank you so much.
Keyboard locked.
What's your Revenant build, Luis? I do have What happens if I don't press anything because my keyboard is locked? I hope it's gonna vanquish him. If not, I'm gonna be mad.
Keyboard unlocked.
Oh, that's nice. So, no problem. Had he been converted, I would be slightly disappointed. Phew, exactly. Maybe I'm gonna deactivate that whenever I want to actually convert a Lich. Maybe I deactivate that function. Just maybe. What time is Germany? Here in Greece it's 6. In Germany it is 5:40. Cool chilling now, yo veteran. Yeah, I bet. Where can you farm some Neo Relics at MR5? Need to crack 3 for a junction. Does it have to be Neo Relics in specific? In general, farming Neo Relics, I would do that at like a, how do you call it? At a potentially infinite mission, like defense, survival, whatever. And do it, stay in for like 4 rounds. Because I think usually what you do, what you get if you play the higher tier defenses, you start to get the Neos after like wave 3, wave 4, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, thanks for the runs, everybody. 11:39 in Florida. Yeah, that's about it. That's about the 6-hour time difference, exactly. Can't beat the cozy home vibes. So, oh, I got the spider ephemera. That's cool. I wanted that for Oraxia so much. That's very nice. 12 live heart cells, that's cool, and whatever that is, a floof. We're going to put it somewhere. And now the cyst on the neck is also gone. Let me quickly go and grab the 60% Coda weapon before I forget that. Be very sad if I forget it. Fast travel, Eleanor, where is she there? Coda weapons, and we're going to get, where is it? Yeah, let's get that. Bada bing, bada boom. 60% Coda Path Assist. For everybody who has some life heart cells or who do not have the Coda Path Assist so far, get that thing. It's 60%. It's maxed out. It's great. Get it. You have 80 more hours. 9:40 in the Mountain Time Zone, Archangel. Okay, 9:40. So more in the west, right? Omega, the cyst on the neck. Now there are 2 cysts on the neck, right? There is the big one, the pink one, that you just get automatically by just running into other players, and you can pop it in the helmet share. But there's also like a smaller orange cyst that will grow out of your neck whenever you do have a active Coda Lich. It's sort of a fashion debuff. That's how they described it. And that cyst is gone now because now the Lich is dead. Spider ephemera is sick. Yeah. I'm really happy about it. I was seeing that on, I think on Wednesday stream, right? Somebody had also that spider ephemera. And I was like, that looks great on Oraxia, I'm sure. And then I realized I don't have it, and I got a little bit sad. But now I'm all good. Now I'm all good, friends. And I'm going to do one thing now. I'm going to go for a quick toilet break. Very quick 2-minute toilet break. Refill my bottle. And then we're going to look at a couple of your builds before heading out to get even more Coda Liches. What does that sound like? I hope that sounds good. I'll be back very soon. Don't go anywhere, or I'm going to send Clem after you. And if I can, I'm going to force a Twitch ad now so that doesn't bother us later. See you in 2 minutes. Friends, I am back. Did I promise too much? We're here. Yes, we're here again. Did I promise too much? I hope not. I hope not. So, let me, screw you, music. Go away. Clem. Yes, that's a lot of clems. That's what I want to see, brother. That's what I want to see. A lot of clems in here. So, friends, I'm going to quickly close the tabs here, because now we're taking a look at builds for a couple minutes. So if you have any builds that you want me to take a look at, any fashion you want to take me a look at, send it to me right now. You can link it in the Warframe chat. Just go to your arsenal, open a chat message to me, and then click this button right here to link your mod configuration or fashion configuration that you want me to take a look at. Send it to me in-game. We're going to review that. You can send me multiple things. I'm only going to take a look at one thing per person, either a fashion or a build. If you send me multiple ones, though, if there's something that I don't know much about, I'll just pick something else. So I have a couple options. So that's basically what we're going to do right now. And in order to, be able to concentrate properly on the builds, of course, we're going to put Madame Amber in the background. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. Yeah. I think that's good. I mean, good. I think that is exactly what we need right now. And let's talk about fashion and builds, shall we? Before, can you show your Inaros fashion? Okay, chicken teriyaki, sure, I can do that. My Inaros fashion, the one that I usually run with is this one. It's the Inaros Prime skin, it's the Anubis helmet, and it is the Asakage shoulder armor right here. The Dante chest plate and the Dante Sayandana. That is all. That is all. Wonderful. So we have Grogus with a Coda cost assist. Guess which weapon we just got? That's good. I mean, good. Ripcust. Hey, sometimes I can't brain. Like, honestly, before we take a look at it, hey, there was one time that was so funny. When I was still working in my 9-to-5, I had a colleague. He's a little bit older than me, but he's like a super funny guy, right? He's super nice, super funny. We were like walking down the road because our place was basically divided in two. Like there was one office building and then there were different departments in another separate office building, and it would have to go through the city for like 2 minutes on foot to get from the one building to the other. And then we had to go together over to the other building, and we were like on the sidewalk walking along. There was like a young blonde girl coming towards us. It was summer. She was, wearing like a relatively tight top because it was warm, right? And I was just talking to him, and he was just explaining something to me, and out of nowhere he was like saying blah 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 blah. Wait a minute, I can't think. Okay, yeah, where was I? It was so funny. It was so funny. Like he was deep in his like work explanations and everything, and then all of a sudden he was like, wait a moment. Okay, yeah, where was I? That was so fun, man. Oh god. So yeah, talking about the Coda cost assist. Let's talk about the Coda cost assist, shall we? Oh god. Can you show your Praetos build? Tian, I do not have a Praetos build, unfortunately. I just use the Praetos as a stat stick for the econon and the movement speed. I don't have a full build. I'm sorry. Galactic, I'm watching your stream for the first time and the first thing I saw was Wisp's ass. It's not Wisp, Galactic. It is Ember Heirloom. We gotta keep it real here, right? If you're gooning, you gotta be gooning right. And it's gotta be Ember Heirloom because I think Ember Heirloom power creeps Wisp a little bit in that sense. But welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Or maybe you enjoy it just because of it. You know, you never know. You never know. So what we have here. You're saying it's a heavy attack, Grogus. It's a heavy attack. Okay. Oh, it's the cost assist, not the path assist. We got the path assist. And that's the cost assist. So yeah, heavy attack melee affliction makes sense because it is a scythe, so force proc and big damage. Sacrificial steel, like that. Galvanized reflex, of course. Killing blow, melee elementalist. Why not galvanized elementalist? I think with galvanized elementalist, you might have the chance to get 2 slash procs for the cost of 1. Prime Fever Strike, Volcanic Edge. That's fine. Sacrificial Amalgam Organ Shatter and their Condition Overload. That's all fine. I have nothing to add here. The only thing I could add potentially would be go for a faction damage mod right here. Because Killing Blow is already base damage, so you could go faction damage here. I think that would be cool. Or, you know, any of this right here. Other than that, I think that's a very, very, very strong build. I like it. I do. Can you show my Inodem build? Yeah, and I also don't have a proper Inodem. Oh, I do have 2 Forma on it. Okay. Probably it is a proper Inodem. I didn't even name the builds. I don't even know what I'm going for here. I don't even know what this build does. I'm just going to showcase it. It's a melee influence build, apparently. Probably strong. It's a blast build. Blast electricity. Okay. Not 100% sure, though, what these builds are supposed to do. This is probably the stat stick build with melee crescendo. I don't play the Inodem a lot, so don't judge my build. Yo, Platypus Prime, Blacky Revenant Prime is in the resurgence today. That is true. It is a good time to be a Revenant player. Except you're having 2 Revenants already with Archon charts and everything, then you probably don't care. But yeah. For everybody who cares, you can just take screenshots of my Revenant builds right here. I also have a video explaining it in great detail, so I don't think that we need to get into much detail right here, right now. Let's clickbait some more people into joining the stream while looking at Gara Prime right here. I love that arcane. Melee influence is definitely... Yeah, Goat. By the way, welcome, Goat. Yeah, like, melee influence is... It is a bit busted. Just a little bit busted. Ran out of Forma, Grogus. Oh, I see. You have Loki stance on your Revenant. No, that's the Harrow stance, not the Loki. It's the Harrow Elegant. Like, not the Agile, but like the Elegant stance. I know you. What's up? Guild Game 994 Live. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Wish you a beautiful start into the weekend. Let's take a look at the Gara right here. This is a Gara who's cosplaying as Garuda, kind of feels like, because she looks like she wants to have the title of Blood Queen, not gonna lie. I wouldn't wanna run into her like in a dark alleyway after dark. I would be a little bit scared, right? But I think it's a cool fashion. It's like a vampire. It kind of reminds me of what was that PS1 game which got recently remastered, where you're playing like a guy who was a vampire and then he got betrayed and sort of died but sort of didn't. Soul Reaver. Kind of gives me Soul Reaver vibes, like with this broken wings on the back. Very cool. Oh, that's default. Exactly. Damn. Yeah. I think that's a Soul Reaver Gara. It's a pretty good Soul Reaver Gara. Honestly, you clickbait me, but I love your content. I'm an old player, but learn more about the game. Thanks. Yo, Ryhove. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the stream. Or should I say, welgoon to the stream. Okay, what do we have here? We have a mod configuration for Titania Prime. I'm not going to take a look at that because I have no idea about Titania, unfortunately. So I rather take... Sekilos, do you have anything that is not Titania related? Because I cannot give you good feedback onto Titania related stuff at the moment. I'm going to take a look at the next one first. If you have anything else, just send it to me. I'm going to get to that afterwards.
Welcome to the fold, Tenno.
What is going on? Orpheus coming back to the channel. Orpheus. By the way, he's a German streamer colleague of mine. So actually, I should call him Orpheus. But I know that Orpheus in English is pronounced Orpheus. You know what I mean. Let me give a shout out to Mr. Orpheus. He just came in casually thinking, I'm gonna lurk a bit. I'm gonna give a little bit of a lurk sub here, and then he bada bing bada boom runs into the trap. Lotus calls him out, and now he gets a shout out if he wants it or not. If you speak German, if you like to watch Warframe and or variety streams, like a nice guy that talks about interesting topics on stream, definitely check out Orpheus Deluxe. Or in German, Orpheus Deluxe. Go over there, send some love. What's going on, Orpheus? Good to see you. How are you doing? How are we doing? How was your week, brother? Hope everything going well for you. But yeah, let's take a look at the Revenant here. I like it. It's a dark Revenant, right? But I think the shoulder plates fit very well. It's the same ones that I have on my Excalibur Umbra and many other frames, so I think that's good. In general, I think Revenant with his signature shoulder plates is a little bit too bulky, gets a little bit too much in the way of your camera. So these here are actually more user-friendly, I would say. And I also like the little bit of a not so highly saturated, but more like a sort of washed out purple. I think that's a very nice, very Eidolon-y look. So he fits very, very much in with the crew, you know what I mean? If he goes out in the plains of Eidolons at night and hangs out with the boys, they're going to accept his fashion absolutely 100%. So what did we have here? Broken War. Yes, we're going to take a look at that. Sekilos, we're going to take a look at your Broken War. I can give you some info on that. Yes. Just need something to watch while in bed with Menagrup. Oh no, brother, no. Orpheus got Menagrup and then get well soon, man. Like, is it like Menagrup in the sense that you barely have anything, you're just over dramatizing a lot, or did you like actually get ill? Anyway, I hope you get well soon, man, and I appreciate you sticking around. Don't feel forced to like interact or something. Feel free to just lurk and enjoy and lean back. It's all good. Get well soon, hopefully. Long weekend, you know. Maybe that'll help you to get back on track a little. How's everyone doing? Cephalon Billy, welcome to the stream. Everyone's doing perfectly fine, I think. Chat has been crazy today. I'm not gonna lie. Chat has been crazy today. Let's take a look at Sekilo's Broken War. Holy cow, don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I say that and then the camera shifts like that. Or, okay, I think Warframe is giving me a statement right here. Good. So this looks to me like more of a mid-game-ish build because it doesn't have an arcane here. And no Tennokai. So I would say, what do we have here? What do we have? This looks like a purely slash-based build, right? We have Karnus Mandible for slash, we got attack speed, we got more slash, status chance, pressure point, critical damage, sacrificial steel. Okay, so if this is like a mid-ish game build, I think that is fine. I think what you want to do if you really want to upgrade the damage potential of this build is, first of all, take your sacrificial steel, or ideally your gladiator might, and replace it with blood rush, and then replace melee prowess with weeping wounds, because that will give you much more crit chance and status chance. Sacrificial steel, you could keep it for the time being, but I don't think you genuinely need it. If you have access to galvanized mods, put galvanized steel in here for the crit damage. If you have a chance to get your hands on condition overload, put it in here. What else? I would recommend an elementalist mod if you have access to it over this one here. And maybe potentially hypothetically, right? Maybe potentially hypothetically a faction damage mod if you're into that. That would be my thoughts on how you can elevate this from a more mid-game-ish thing into a late-game viable version of this build. But I think for mid-game, this is perfectly fine. Hope that helped. please explain the mold arcane slot. Which mold arcane slot, Black Scythe? What is Männergrippe? Okay, let me explain. Männergrippe, for everybody who has no idea, right, what Orpheus was talking about. You know this stereotype that women can be ill and still fully functional, like doing their job, taking care of the kids, while only, sneezing here and there and then everything is fine. Whereas when men are ill, we're like, ugh, tell my wife and my kids that I love them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? Who of the guys here can relate, right? And Männergrippe is basically a term that means men's flu, which is sort of casually making fun at this whole thing. It's kind of treating this whole way that men feel when they're ill as if it was a special disease that only men can have. And the name of it is men's flu or Männergrippe. So yeah, whenever a man is ill, people are like, yeah, are you really ill or are you just having Männergrippe? That was what Orpheus was talking about. Whew. Jonathan, I know it's a dumb question. There are no dumb questions. But if I have a defense reduction armor and so frame, and I can run viral, do I still need a faction mod? Usually just don't have problems. That is perfectly true, Jonathan. Yeah. In most scenarios, if you already viral prime and armor strip, faction damage is not too much of an issue usually, right? That is a fair take. Sure, you would deal even more damage, but it's probably not going to be necessary in most scenarios. However, there are scenarios where you go specifically for damage over time, where I still think that subsuming roar or modding faction damage is still beneficial. If you play stuff where you don't need it though, sure, just don't go for it. But there will be probably at some point will be like deep Archimedia situations with disruption or whatever, where you might be happy to have faction damage on a DOT build. Let's look at what Zero has on Kullervo. That's a beautiful Kullervo. I already see that. The bronze with the blue. That's a nice contrast. I just really like this washed out bronze goldish type of look with the silver on the chest and the black. That's very nice. Great contrast with the blue. The ephemera from the... Why does it show... I do have that ephemera. Why does it show up here? I have that. It's a beautiful ephemera. It's because of estrogen. It helps women when they're sick. Also with influenza, it's most the fever that gets men, especially because they generally have a higher body temperature and handle it. Might be Zero. Might be. I never really looked into it too much. I just thought that I'm a wussy. You know what I mean? I don't try to scientifically explain why I'm feeling so miserable whenever I'm ill. I just think I'm a wussy. Not gonna deny that. Not gonna deny that. Beautiful, beautiful Kullervo here, Zero. I appreciate you sharing. This is a good riff mod, or should I put it? Okay. Mighty Cupcake 69. What a username. Let's take a look at your Zorus riffin, shall we? Initial combo and status chance. Ooh. Not gonna lie. Initial combo on Zorus is pretty spicy. I would say this is a 7 out of 10. Riven, but only 7 out of 10 because the Zorus force procs electricity anyway on heavy attack, right? So more status chance doesn't do that much here. So really what it's all about is the initial combo. And I don't think just that one stat would justify dedicating one slot to that Riven. I think it's kind of sad that you have that one good roll on there. But I think if you enjoy the Zorus a lot, I would give it some more Kuva and hopefully get initial combo with something that, makes more sense, like damage, crit damage, whatever. Yeah, but definitely make sure to get something with initial combo because on the Zorus it's like real, or on any exploding glaive, it's really good in general. Would be my personal opinion. What do we think, chat? Do we think type 1 if you think we need more Kuva on that Riven, and type 2 if you think the Riven is fine so far and it's good enough. That Ember skin is amazing, Goat. Isn't it? Isn't it? Off-meta negative. Exactly, Lobster. If you could also get an off-meta negative, that would make it even stronger. Yeah, see, most people in chat think that probably you want to give some more rolls, especially because you only have one reroll on it anyway. So you can easily get like 9 more rolls before it gets really expensive. What does that angle do? Bleu Games, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be real, right? I'm gonna be real. Ember holding melee weapons is kind of like, let's be real here, right? Whoever gave Ember Heirloom this stance with a melee in her hand knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing when they animated this. Nobody could tell me anything else. Nobody could tell me that they didn't know exactly what they were doing right here. So yeah, Ember, you know, stretch those muscles a little bit, you know, and hold your weapon. It's fine. Binoculars. Oh man, too much cake. Yeah, it's like everybody has birthday in here at the same time, isn't it? Like that. At the moment I put her cake into the camera, we get 21 Azoran. Oh no, it wasn't 21 Azoran. It was, who was it? Oh yeah, it was 21 Azoran. We got 21 Azoran with the Big Brofist welcome with the sub. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good start into the weekend. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Good that you're here. Thank you, thank you. Also, Nerdy, what's good? I wish you all a good Men's Health Month. Yes. By the way, good Men's Health Month. Sure. I wasn't even aware that Men's Health Month was a thing. Like, you know what I mean? I've heard about it online. Like, the fun thing is, like, I heard about it online when people were beefing on Twitter about Men's Health Month versus Pride Month. And I was like, what even is Men's Health Month? Never heard about it. but then as I like started looking into it, I think it's a good initiative, right? So how you doing, Nerdy? How's it going on? How is going on? What is going on? Talk to your buddies, keep your heads up, and remember, it will always get better. It will. By the way, Nerdy, I think it is very like for everybody who knows, right? It's very cool that you use that Smeddy emote after it always gets better. You know what I mean? After all she went through, and the fact that she, you know, slowly is getting better and better from day to day. I think that's cool that you use that specific emoji. It's big in the UK, Riz. Really? Okay. You know, I think it doesn't even depend on if you're talking about men or women or whatever you're talking about, right? I think mental health awareness in general is a good thing, right? It doesn't even need to be Men's Health Month or Women's Health Month or whatever, right? I think just, you know, putting some emphasis on that mental health is like actually a thing, and that struggling with that should not be, you know, should not be stigmatized. I think that's a big thing. And I feel very, very sad when I talk to friends or family and they open up about, you know, having struggled with that in the past, which I didn't know about. And then they're like, yeah, but, you know, people are gonna judge you for speaking about it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I've always heard like about this stereotype that when you're a man specifically and you're struggling with mental health, that all your super manly buddies are going to be like, ha, you're just a pussy. Ha, just man up, go to the gym and everything is going to be fine. But like, I've never experienced something like that in the area that I am in. Like, I have never experienced a friend who opened up about something and anyone else were talking shit about them. I've never noticed anyone being discriminated for openly talking about having issues. So to me, I kind of feel like, is it really just an internet thing where this sort of information is spread that you can't openly talk about it? Or am I just having that many, like that awesome of a friend circle where people are understanding and stuff? I don't really know. I think the toxic masculinity mindset is most high school or specific job fields probably. I think that might be true, Riz. I think that might be true. Especially if you're working in public service where, you know, your whole career and stuff is not that much depending on your pure performance. If you're working like in the private sector, I think there is a lot of, you know, kill or die mentality. So I can relate. And sure, high school is cruel anyway, right? Not gonna lie, I was bullied so much in high school, and a lot of other people's did too. And high school is just a pretty shitty place to be, except you're the quarterback and fucking the head of the cheerleader team. Then it's cool, but then you're probably also gonna die an early drug death at the age of 30 or something. Getting back to Warframe, shall we? That was awfully specific. You don't deserve the... Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Like, not like super duper bad. But I appreciate it, Blur Games. Being in construction as a woman is like that. Oh, gooey boy. A woman in construction, that's quite a rare find. Big respect. It is not possible to buy incarnates from the Zerman. What do you mean, Skiffy Mars? Is it bugged or like, what's the thing? Titania Prime, Dex Pixia Prime. Also, Liberator 006, if you're still there. Can you send me anything else to take a look at? Because I don't have much idea about Titania. I can't really give good feedback here. Would prefer if you sent me anything else to take a look at. Gonna get back to you in a second. Let's take a look at Protea Prime first. Yeah, absolutely, J-Vok. I don't know which country you're coming from, if the 998 is an American number, but like there are those numbers in, I think, most Western countries at least, and yeah, if you need help, never be ashamed to talk about it. That's just like the gist of it. Like, I can genuinely just not understand how you can give people shit over being open about their struggles, you know what I mean? I think it's so fucking cringe. I think it's like Andrew Tate type of cringe to like genuinely give people shit about opening up on problems. Don't want to get too deep into that whole thing right now, but like, I just don't get it. You got your first therapy intake in 2 weeks. You're kind of scared of it. What do you mean therapy intake? You mean your first appointment default? I think you don't need to be scared about it. I think it's a good thing that it's going to happen soon if you don't have to wait for months for an appointment. Yo, kid, what's going on? Everybody who needs someone to just listen, slide into... Oh, that's so nice of you, kid. Everybody who needs someone to listen, kid just opened up their DMs. And I really appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Nerdy, thanks for speaking up on it. It means a lot to me. I'm happy that it means a lot to you, man. But like, genuinely, like, I just don't even like feel as if I want to be like virtue signaling or any shit, right? I just genuinely don't get what the problem is about it. Like, there are so many topics where I'm just like, what is the problem? Just let people, you know, talk about shit, and it's good. Talking helps. It does. Yo, Mr. Ollie was good. Ember build. I should probably redo my Ember video. We talked about that earlier because my Ember video was kind of cringe. Let's look at Protea though now. Dreamer's Bond. First thing, if you need energy per second, I would personally recommend going for Energy Siphon. I don't think that the 0.3 per second is all that good from Dreamer's Bond, but it seems to be generally a more like early game approach for her. So it's fine. However, if you go Equilibrium, which I think is a good idea, especially on Protea, I think you don't need Dreamer's Bond because you're going to get so much energy. And if you have Dreamer's Bond for the healing, then I think, isn't there like another aura that gives you more heal? I don't know which one it was, but I'm sure there is like another one that gives it more heal. Continuity is good for the duration. Intensify, even more duration. Very good, right? Protea, you want to have a lot of duration, so you did that perfectly right here. Protea is all about duration. The ability range kind of sort of hurts a little bit. Not gonna lie. I think the range hurts a little bit. I would personally I would personally go and replace Augur Message here with Overextended. That's what I would do. You would lose a little bit of strength, but that is fine because your Blaze Artillery is so fucking strong and ramps up so much that the negative strength doesn't hurt all too much. By the way, there are no arcanes. My camera is over it, but there are none. And I think sacrificing a little bit of ability duration for more range is good on the Blaze Artillery. Right now it has, what does it have? 30 meter even with what? Oh, it's the base stats, isn't it?
Mouse locked.
Great. That mouse lock.
Keyboard locked.
Have fun looking at the grenade fan for 20 seconds, friends. Oh, man. So yeah, either replace Augur Message or Stretch with Overextended because I think a bit more range on the Blaze Artillery doesn't hurt and you can sacrifice a bit more space.
Mouse unlocked.
Leon, hello guys, what are we doing? We're going to be looking at a couple of viewer builds.
Keyboard unlocked.
And we're going to do a little bit more Coda Lich farming after that. But overall, I think this build is actually pretty decent. I'm happy that you focused on duration. That was good. Necros Prime. Okay, let's take a look at Necros. That's good. Donating your points, Jay. Yo, Jay, welcome, by the way. Good to see you again. Can you show your favorite primary and secondary, please? My favorite primary would be the Burst on Prime Incarnon. I think I've showed that quite a lot. And my favorite secondary, I think my favorite secondary is really becoming the Furious Incarnon, because genuinely the Furious Incarnon is really fucking good. And I have a riff for it. So that's really great. Burst, exactly, kids. Burst on is such a big W because of the crit, right? Burst on has similar performance to the Fenmore, but like Burst on has crit, which is good for damage attenuation on Stalker and shit. And it has a little bit of an AoE too, so Burst on is like, I would go so far to say Burst on is probably the best single target auto rifle in the game. Okay, let's take a look at Necros right here. Riz, you're Yarly, man. Yeah, it must be Furious. With Yarly, it must be Furious. Like, let's be real. There's a reason why I put the Furious in my Yarly video. Hey, Blacky, that was your Protea build and you just followed everything you said in your vids. Really? Really? Wait, let me take a look at my Protea then. Let me like take a look at my Protea here if to make sure that I'm not bugging. Because for my artillery build here, right, I have strength here and a bit more duration here. For my artillery build, I'm having 235% range to make sure that this thing has like a lot of range to hit everything. Like I don't say you necessarily need 200% range, but like at least 100%. Like I would not go negative on range. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You can go with a little bit less strength. That is fine. Overall, duration means the artillery will stay up for longer and ramp up more in the multiplier. So that's really good. But just make sure to not go under 100% because otherwise you might have struggled to actually hit stuff with the artillery. That's what I mean. But let's get back to the Necros. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. This is the other option. Okay. I think Protea is better with a temporal build. I haven't tried that, Riz. I haven't tried that. Can't say anything about it. So, we have Summoner's Wrath. That's good because, you know, Necros deals damage with the summons. Arcane Impetus. Unique status effects from abilities gain. Do you deal that many status effects with abilities? Do you do that? Do you get much out of it? I'm not sure. Like, which ability deals these status effects? The weapons from your summons? Do they deal that many status effects? That many different ones? I'm not sure. I would probably, like, you probably will have tested it. I haven't tested it. But if you don't get a lot of stacks out of this, I would rather go with Mold Augmented here. Arcane Kamisado, though, is very, very good. Especially for Necros. So, everything else, we have Range with Overextended, Archon Intensify. That is fine. Equilibrium. Wait, do you heal with abilities? Does Necros have an ability that heals him? Or doesn't he? Did he have an auto heal? There was something with heal about Necros. But does he heal himself with ability and trigger this? I'm not sure. Equilibrium is good. Blind Rage, Shield of Shadows. Shield of Shadows is very good for survivability. I would never go without it. Can anyone explain to me how Necros' third ability fail works? I can explain that, no problem. Death spoil, of course, continuity. I think overall this looks like a pretty healthy build. Just, my 2 questions. Do you get enough stacks of this year to be worth it? And do you really heal yourself with abilities? I'm not sure about these 2. Otherwise, great build. The way that his 3 works is relatively simple, right? Whenever you kill an enemy, there is a certain chance that that enemy will drop something, right? Each enemy, you can also look it up in the wiki, has a certain number of things that they can drop. And each and every one of these things has a certain chance to drop. But each enemy can usually only drop one thing out of this whole table of things. What this one here does is, it does not increase the chance of getting a drop. It just re-rolls the dice. So that means the enemy, let's say the enemy died, and they didn't drop anything. It re-rolls the dice, and maybe on the second die roll, it will drop something. But this is the special thing about this. It also makes it that if the enemy has already dropped something, and you re-roll the die, it might be that the enemy drops another thing after that. So you can basically get 2 drop events out of the same enemy, which is also the reason why Oxium Ospreys, which always have a 100% chance of dropping Oxium, with Necros you can make 1 Oxium Osprey drop 2 times Oxium. That is the way that this works differently from everything else. And apparently, there is still this thing that if you shred enemies into multiple pieces when you kill them, that each body piece of the enemy has its own drop chance, so you could potentially get even more drops out of one enemy. But I still have to double check that in the wiki, because some people say it's true, some people say it's not true. I'm not sure right now. That is how that works. Who do you think is the most well-rounded Warframe? Oh, Jackson, that's a difficult question, but I think Dante will be definitely somewhere up there. He's survivable, he has buffs for the team, he has damage output, he just has a lot. Just not many fashion options. So that's basically that. Big question is, when is MHBlacky going to play MH again? That's a very good question. If I had more time, I would already be playing it. Not gonna lie. I'm really hyped to just play some more Monster Hunter. But I just don't have time. That's the problem. I hate it. It's the problem, though. Is it true that Ripkas almost doubles the endo drop on Vodyanoi? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not sure how this whole Necros loot ability works on body parts at the moment. If it does work on body parts, then it's true, yes. Ripkas with the amalgam mod that makes more body parts happen would practically double the drops on Vodyanoi, yes. That is true. I swear they patched the Ripkas. See, that's what I don't know, Riz. That's what I don't know. I always when this conversation comes up, I'm like, I need to look it up in the wiki, and then I forget about it. And then the conversation comes up again, and I forgot about it again. That's how it is. But thank you for sharing, Liberator. I really appreciate it. And why does the whole chat window just completely spaz out all this? Yo, you sent me so many builds. Holy cow. Telos Boltro. Let's take a look at it. Adaman, it can't be patched. It's in mod on Ripkas. It should work like it should, yes. I just mean, this whole Necros interaction with a loot on body parts. I'm not sure what that does at the moment. Phantom Proto, yo, what's going on? Frankly, just run a test of like 30-minute survival. Yeah, I should probably do that, Riz. I should probably do that. It still works, okay. Primordial Chaos. And it still does affect each body part. That would be pretty cool, though. So, we have a Telos Bolter here with primary deadhead. Terminal velocity, more projectile speed. I think that's fine. Rifle SETI. I just love this bug when Rivens just are called rifle something. I just love that bug. So we have more stage chance, more multi-shot, more crit chance, and less less projectile speed, and this is to balance that out. I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's a negative we can work with. And the stats on the Riven are really, really good. So I think that is a 9 out of 10 Riven right here. Galvanized Aptitude makes sense. Galvanized Chamber. Vigilante Fire Rate. I would probably not go with Vigilante Fire Rate. Like, sure, you get this 5% set bonus for the crit chance, but like, You could just go with a normal fire rate mod and have 60%, or even anemic agility with 90%. I think the overall DPS would be much higher if you were to just go for more fire rate. Critical delay though is fine. Vital sense is fine. Prime shred. Why are you going so much fire rate on this? This is crazy. Yeah, I would probably not use prime shred here. I would put a faction damage mod into here. And hammer shot, you can or can't use it. It's personal preference. Yeah, these two would be my annotations here. Other than that, really, really strong. Appreciate it. It's a good build. Does ability strength affect Necros' third ability? Nope, not that I know. Not that I know. I don't think it does. Exactly, and you can put the Vigilante mod on the companion. Though I think now they made it that if the companion dies, you actually lose the bonuses from the Vigilante ones on the companion. As where before it would still work. But I'm not 100% sure on that. What's the highest fire rate I have seen, Killiker? Good question. I think it was something like 50 rounds per second for a Mesa. But I never really went for a fire rate meme build, to be honest. Are you planning on making a video of favorite weapons or underrated weapons, Dion? I'm actually planning to do that. I'm not sure when I'll be able to publish that, though. Nothing modifies the chance on Necros' 3 Elden. Yeah, I also think so. Also think it doesn't really do anything. Ooh, we have a fuzzy Dagoth right here. This looks kind of fluffy. Kind of want to go through there and be like, oh, I want to cuddle it. 150 fire rate on the Supra with Wisp. Oh god, Adamant. Oh god, don't get me started on the Supra. Supra is one of my favorite weapons. It's not that good anymore, but you know, it's really good. It used to be really good back in the day. This Dagoth here though is also very cool. Like she's like the nice fuzzy goth girl from around the corner. You know, her head always creeps me out a little bit. But she's stacked and I like the look overall. Also the Syandana has a great fit, the purple and the silver with the black. It's just a nice overall build. What's that Syandana called? The Lichen Blight. Lichen Blight. Okay. I want to keep that in mind. Matt Kitten, thanks for sharing your Dagoth. Oh no, ads, Adamant. Oh no, it's happening again. It's happening again. Yes, Riz, I also like the colors on Dagoth. It's really cool. Mod configuration for the Coda cost assist. You're toxic. Okay. Another one. Another Coda cost assist. So what do we have? Melee influence. Okay. Ooh, with a ribbon here. What do we have? Holy, that 235% crit chance and status chance and range and chance. Okay. So you have 0 chance to gain combo count, apparently. I don't know how the combo count chance works, but if you have negative 100% chance to gain combo, does that mean you never gain combo? Because if it does, then that would be a little bit cringe here. Not gonna lie. No combo, yeah. I think it's okay. Let me be 100% real. Blue Blitzkriger is already on a good point here. This Riven is fucking fire, but only if you do a purely heavy attack build with as much initial combo as possible. Because you're not going to get any combo out of this. So I would put melee afflictions into here and go for a purely heavy attack build like the one that we seen earlier with galvanized, what was it called? You know, the galvanized one that gives you initial combo. What was it again? The name. Galvanized Reflex. Galvanized Reflex in here.
Welcome to
and, you know, just in general. Yo, what's good? DZRKNXNed. I'm just going to call you Ned. Thank you, Ned, so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the crew and have a great start into the weekend. Hope you're enjoying the stream. That's very, very nice. It's one div, so it's 50% dispo. What? I don't get what you mean, Scream. What is Despoil? Despoil is an augment for Necrosis 3 that makes it that it doesn't cost energy for the reroll of the loot dice. It just costs health, so basically allowing you to constantly have that up. You might want to use it, but if you have a good energy economy, you might also just not need it. Why is the Prime Fever Strike not maxed? I do not know. Probably because this person want to save up on a lot of endo. I can understand that. I would probably do the same. Yeah, but overall, I would say just build a generally heavy attack build on it, because that Riven is great, but not on combo builds. Yo, veteran, what do we have? A Baruch Prime look. Where does Despoil drop fail? You get it from, I think, Red Veil from the Syndicates. You know, just like all the other Warframe augments, you get it from the Syndicates. I'm not sure which Syndicates. I'm sure one was Red Veil. The other one, I'm not sure anymore. This Baruch, though, looks really spicy. Which helmet is that? Show me the helmet. Stanix, welcome to the stream. Kit, oh yeah, sure, Kit, you're allowed to advertise your clan. You know, my clan is not public, so I always say everybody should be going out and search for clans on their own. So if you have a nice and open clan, then sure, yeah, you're more than welcome to advertise your clan here on chat. I just wanted people to, you know, be able to find good clans where they can enjoy the game. Don't care if the clans are being advertised here. That goes for everybody, by the way, right? If you have a clan that looks for members, if you're just having a nice community and you want to find some more nice people to join, feel free to just give your own clan a shout out in the chat. It's fine. I like this Baruch here. He looks kind of hella creepy, not gonna lie. Yo, veteran, but also really nice. Like, I would be very afraid if he were to like stand in front of me at night. But I like the look a lot. Like the black and orange always gets me. Join Ember's share. What? Gooey boy? Is that Christ on this monk's face? Isn't it like that, right? He's like, I'm not a Buddhist monk. I'm a Christian monk. I'm just cosplaying as a Buddhist monk. Let's make the whole chat window a little bit bigger, shall we? We have a Yarly Prime mod configuration. Okay, that's fine. That's no pacifist. Do you have a Kuva Comb build done, Dane Judy? I think I have the Kuva Comb in my top 10 shotguns list from last year. So I would check that video out later, because there you will find a you will find a build for the Kuva Comb, or also in my Kuva tier list, I also have the Kuva Comb in there with a build. And Mr. Blacky, my name is pronounced Darkened. Okay, Darkened. Sorry for that. Welcome to the stream, Darkened. Really appreciate your sub. Again, thank you. Needs an update, Billy. My Kuva tier list needs an update. I like the thing with the Kuva tier list is that the builds in there are made to work without any Warframe interactions. So they're just not builds that you want to copy paste without thought. But then again, right, if you make a weapons tier list, how would you want to build the weapon, right? I think it's not, it doesn't make sense to have a weapons tier list and then build the weapon for some specific Warframe interaction. So that's just my call on that. Can't wait for Kullervo Prime Stanix. Yes, I agree. I mean, I'm happy that we got a good Kullervo skin finally. So what do we have here? We have Pistol Amp, because Yaroli is the pistol girl. We have Arcane Eruption for, what do we got? Chance to knock down nearby energies on energy pickup. Okay. That I think we have, who is it for? Mage with black wings. Okay, Mage. I think Mage is still a mid-game player, not necessarily early to mid-game probably, not really Steel Path yet, which is perfectly fine. That's probably also why we don't have max-ranked Arcanes here. That's also okay. So from a mid-game sort of standpoint, I think she's in a very good position here. One thing that I would change is, where are we? I would get rid of Vitality, because Redirection gives you enough shields, and you will have Mage with black wings. It's the only arcane you have. I was figuring that. Mage. I was figuring that. It's perfectly fine. You don't need Vitality because you get 90% damage reduction while standing on top of Merolina, and shields have a 50% damage reduction initially to them. So that means with 1,000 shields, and 95% damage reduction, 90 from here and 50% from here, you're gonna be so tanky, you don't even need more health. Like, your health is fine if you just keep it at 370. That's perfectly okay. And you can use anything else here. Other than that, though, I think it's a pretty good build. You have a little bit of everything. You have efficiency, you have duration, you have strength. I would probably put Augur Reach or maybe even overextend it into here. If you like to use her 4 to group enemies up and then just shoot into the blob. If not, then just use anything else here. Doesn't really matter. That's really the only thought I have here on how you could like improve on it. I just think vitality is not necessary. Other than that, really good mid-game build, man. Really good build. WS tier frame. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Gyre. I still have to try Gyre. I really have to. Everybody says she's so great, right? But I just haven't had time to try her. I know. It's my bad. It's not her fault. What is that? I don't have shown, sorry. What is this? Song Pitch Black Garden 02? You can load this into the composition tool by going into your arsenal. Oh, you composed something for Octavia? Is that what you did? It's a Manticore song. Okay. And let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. Let me make it a little bit louder. Can you hear that? It's a bit quiet, right? Give me a second. Let's listen to that song. Ooh. That gives me like 2000s electro club scene vibes. You know what I mean? Is that like a real song that is just reinterpreted in the Manticore? Because it doesn't seem familiar to me. If I get a copyright strike for this, I'm gonna ban you. Not just kidding. Probably not gonna happen. But I think that's quite a nice song. Like, I'm vibing. Not gonna lie. Thanks for sharing, Tazbat. Let me quickly go into the options to turn that down to where it was before, so it's not getting all too loud. Imagine if it was a hidden Rickroll. I think that would have been amazing. I would have been dying laughing, not gonna lie. We got Mesa Prime from Papa Snoop. Okay. If I go farm for a cat or any other incubator companion, how do you do it? That's a bit long-winded to explain, Fail. To make it very short, if you want to have a Kavat, then you need to have Kavat DNA codes, which you get from scanning the invincible Kavats that you will find in the Derelict tileset. Sometimes the invisible Kavats that you will find in the Derelict tileset, they sometimes spawn, and then you can take a Codex or Samara scanner to scan them, and you get the codes, and you can turn that into a Kavat. For the Kubros, you just play Earth missions and destroy these Kubro dens that spawn there to get Kubro eggs, and then you can hatch them. And that's basically the TLDR. I'm not sure if I talk about it in my companion video. If not, then probably watch someone else's video if you need like detailed instructions. Yeah, but like explaining the whole process would probably take a little bit too much right now. Yo, Adaman, you got 11 relics from logging in. Well, that's great, man. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Welcome to the full.
What we got? Tool Kartoffel. Okay. It's a wordplay, right? It's like coole. No, never mind. Tool Kartoffel, welcome to the crew. Big shout outs, big Yarly hearts, really appreciated. Have a good start into the weekend. And thanks for the sub, really appreciate it. Happy that you're part of the crew right now. Roger, you sent me a gyro build. Check it out when you reach me. I will check it out when I reach you, but again, I do not have a lot of knowledge about gyros, so I probably cannot give you good feedback, unfortunately. Raw Artillery. You made the song yourself, Tazbat, no copyright. And Tazbat, because it's in the Warframe Mandicord, it probably wouldn't trigger any algorithms for the copyright anyway. But it's a cool composition. I like that. How long am I streaming for today, Default? For 20 more minutes. 20 more minutes. So let's try to get through some more builds right here. So Mesa, Pistol Amp, Mesa's Waltz, Arcane Velocity for more fire rate, Hotshot for more crit. Both good decisions, I think. Precision Intensify makes sense. I think Mesa is one of the few frames where Precision Intensify actually makes much sense. We have Transient Fortitude, Strength. That's fine. Narrow-Minded for more duration. That's also fine. Double duration. So the cost on this is very cheap. Equilibrium, Adaptation. I think that's perfectly fine. I think that is going to be a very strong build, especially because you have Nourish Subsume, because that means you're never going to have energy issues whatsoever. I think all of this is great. The only thing that I would maybe potentially change is what is going on, Yarly Prime TikTok? What is that username? Yarly Prime TikTok donated 100 bits. Thank you, Yarly Prime TikTok. Big Yarly heart goes out to you. I thought I was the Yarly Prime TikTok guide after that ad campaign that we talked about earlier. Welcome to the stream, Yarly, and thank you for the donation, man. Thank you for the bits. Really appreciate it. So yeah, what I wanted to say. Replace Pistol Amp with Growing Power, because I think 25% more ability strength is genuinely better than 27% more pistol damage, because this is base damage, and you're probably going to have base damage on your pistols anyway, so that doesn't do a whole lot. That's the only thing that I would think I personally would change here. Other than that, it's a perfect build. It's nice, it's great. Definitely very strong. Do you have base damage on here? Yeah, you have base damage on here. So, yeah, Papa Snoop, that is great. Put 100 Forma into her base, then Prime. What? Put 100 Forma into her base and Prime, then you take the title. Fair. Yarly, that's fair. That's fair. But I think you could keep the title. I'm just not going to do that. Let's be 100% real. I'm just not going to do that. You can have the title. It's okay. Turge 1, any tips for a returning player who hasn't played in the past 2 years? Yes, I have one special tip. There is a YouTube video on my channel, which is, I think the title is Returning to Warframe ? Do this! ! The thumbnail is like a face palming Excalibur and pointing at the user interface, saying that somebody hasn't been online for a while. That is a dedicated video where I basically catch up with everything that has happened in the game from start to finish for people who came back after how long ever they've been gone. Like, there are specific chapters saying, if this was the last thing that you experienced, watch from here. If that is the last thing that you experienced, watch from here. I think that video just genuinely has all the info that you need. You can just click to the chapter where's the word? I can't language right now. Just click on the chapter that is the right for you. I can't talk, sorry. And then you just watch it and you have all the info and you can catch up with the state of the game as it is right now. Really enjoying your content and trying to support a bit. Username means something like Great Potato in German. I was figuring that because, you know, Kartoffel, German. Brother, I'm a Deutsch Kartoffel too. I was just like trying to figure like put more sense into that. I try to interpret more out of that than there was probably to be interpreted. But I really, really genuinely appreciate the feedback and your support. Means a lot, man. Means a lot. Welcome to the stream again. And it's good to have you here, man. There's no sense. Man. Oh, God. Wisp Prime look. Oh, that's a cool Wisp. I think we've seen a lot of black and silver Wisp recently. And I think black and silver just works really well on Wisp in general. I think she's cool. Which type of shoulders does she have? Because they look good on her. What ability do I subsume over evade? Oh, it's about Calervo. Think, Mark, think. Yarley Prime, thanks for the 90. Thanks for the 90. Why sold? You can have the Yarley title. I'm gonna give it to you. No need to be salty. Sea salt. Yarley, are the sea snares sea salty? Is that what the salt has to mean? No, that's a really cool wisp. I like the purple energy details on her, like the muted black and silver with the purple energy. I think that gives her a little bit of like a Darksiders vibe, just a little bit. It's cool. I like the look. What does Master Josh have? A Dante look. Yarley, okay, it means the sea salt. Okay, I get it. Oh man, I appreciate it. Out there spitting game for Calervo. I think Calervo can spit some game himself. Bro's really strong, especially with the new skin. And this Dante looks, holy moly, this Dante is cool. What's that? The wrapped wing ephemera. Do you get that from a lich? Is that a lich ephemera, or where do you get it from? Because that looks cool as hell. Holy cow, that's really good. Like, people always talking about Dante having no fashion. Me talking about Dante having no fashion. And then, you know, Master Josh just coming in being like, who says Dante has no fashion options? Bro, this Dante looks fire. And I'm not just saying that because of the red color scheme. He looks really good. Like, the Signa fits perfectly fine. It's just, that's a really good Dante, man. I really like the look. Like, he looks bulky as heck. And also with the ephemera, that's great, man. Yeah, Riz, I also think that Dante fucks. Yeah, I think that Dante will not have problems to hook up with any of the spicy senoritas in the game at all, man. So we have a Zephyr right here. That Zephyr looks like, and I don't mean this as an insult, that Zephyr looks like D.E. Megan has made her. Don't we think so? I think that's a little bit of a Megan color scheme. But I do think the Signa works very well. I'm gonna be real. I don't vibe like 100% with the look because it looks like D.E. Megan's color scheme, and it's a running gag at this point. But I think the Signa works very well. I think overall, I think if you vibe with these colors, I think you'll like it a lot. Oh, Riz, we have a Yarley Prime look. Yo, Riz coming in with the pink Yarley Prime. That looks so cool. Like, Riz, I think this Yarley Prime. Let me quickly open something up. I want to double check something. This Yarley looks. Let me quickly open up a browser windows for you to see. I just want to show you. Opera, shut up! I don't want a browser that makes noises. I just want you to open up Google. Let me quickly go. Where is it there? Opera, can you please? Browser window. Yeah, there we go. That Yareli looks like Watatsumi Island from Genshin Impact. Look at this here. Can I please like open it up in a new tab? Not the link, the picture. I want the picture in the new tab. Can I do that? Yeah, there we go. It's blocked. Great. You look at this right here, right? We can. I just genuinely can't make it bigger. Ugh. And my face is over it. I hate this browser. Fuck this. Anyway, this Yareli, where is my Warframe in-game? There. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. This Yareli looks like she's from Watatsumi Island in Genshin Impact. Kind of cringe that I couldn't properly open a fucking image in a browser, but I like the look a lot. Especially because, you know, she has these nice shoulder plates here, the pink, it's just great. Man, it's just great. You cooked something up, Riz. You really did. Kokomi Man's Rise Yareli, isn't it like that? This is like as close as Warframe will get to Genshin Impact. It's like, you put that Yareli into the center of Watatsumi Island, it's like she's a chameleon. It's like she's invisible, right? She fits in so nicely with the scenery there. Coco Fish, I love Kokomi. Yes, yes, I actually got Kokomi on my Genshin account. 128 gigabyte Chrome superiority, nerdy. Yeah, actually the reason I wanted to have a new browser is so I don't like, you know, use my private browser on stream for reasons, you know? And I was just like, I'm seeing so many Opera ads on YouTube. I'm just gonna download Opera. And I think I might also do the Google Chrome supremacy, man. Oh god. Did someone use a Leica frame? Nebulac, I think a Leica frame overall is a very, very great service. I would just be too scared that it accidentally triggers the security system for Warframe, because you never know what triggers it and what doesn't. And I got a sponsorship offering from Leica Frames a long time ago, and I didn't take it because I wasn't sure whether it is fine to talk about it as a Warframe partner, or whether it is too close to maybe potentially break in terms of service in some way. So I declined the offer. But I think overall, a Leica frame is a very powerful tool. I would just be careful using any type of third-party applications for Warframe. So far, I've not heard anyone getting into trouble for using it, but I also don't want to promote it. You know what I mean? Is a resource hog? Really? I mean, I've never tried it, so I can't tell from my own experience. Mirage Prime. Me likey Mirage. Okay. Let's take a look at Mirage Prime right here. It may read your internet traffic too. Might be, right? Exactly, these, I swear, whoever made the shoulder armors is rich. Agreed. I'm using them on so many frames too, right? They're some of the greatest shoulder armors in the game. Like, they're, like, people, the person who made this is freaking rich. Farscape, welcome to the stream, by the way. It's like drop Opera and install Brave browser instead. I want to take a look at that. So, Mirage here. What do we got? Arcane Aegis, cool for the survivability. Mold augmented, okay. Then we have Nova's Nullstar. So are you using Nova's Nullstar plus Eclipse to have like 50 bazillion% damage reduction? Is that what you're going for here? Or do you use it for the offense? Probably not for the offense, otherwise you would have used the augment, right? So we have a lot of strength, that's great. Duration, fine. Range and efficiency, nobody cares, right? I think... What's the range on Total Eclipse here? I can't see that. Is the range on Total Eclipse with 40%, is that enough so that you hit your Hall of Mirrors with it? That's the only question that I have right here. If that works, it's perfectly fine. I think it's a great build here, right? You're going to deal damage beyond belief while being absolutely unkillable. I think that's a really, really, really great thing. Especially with the negative range, right? Your Null Stars, you're not going to lose them as fast because they're not going to seek out any nearby enemies. I think this is a very great build. I should try that myself, actually, with Null Star. That's pretty cool. That's a tank Mirage if I've ever seen one, Blue. Yeah, isn't it like that? This is freaking crazy. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. We're going to go with the Vault one. He looks bloody. He like went on a 10-hour disruption mission and then he comes back like this, right? You know what I mean? And he's like, first I need to take a shower, friends. I am covered in Grenier. But he looks really darn cool. What skin is that? I wish I could just rotate it myself. Is that that's the Oni skin, right? The Oni skin with a normal Volt helmet and the spiky signia there. I think that looks pretty cool. And he's smoking. Hey, he's taking some of that Cali dope. He's smoking. He's smoking some of the Canada leaves, if you know what I mean. I love that vault. That is so 420.
Welcome, Tenno. Our numbers
Mr.
grow.
Soldier, subscribe to the channel. Mr. Soldier, my salute goes out to you. I wish you a great start into the weekend, and thank you so much for the sub. I hope you enjoyed the stream so far, and I wish you, much fun with the loyalty badges and the emotes, and appreciate you being here. Big love goes out. Oh, it's the Volt Prime helmet. Sure. Sorry, Cephalon Billy. It's the Volt Prime helmet. How long will I stream today? Chicken teriyaki. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. The time flies, really. Time flies. George Pro Commando. George Pro Commando. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, George. Let's get through some more stuff so I can hopefully get into the weekend with a good conscience. Galactic Sea has a mod configuration for Kome. Base kit, okay. Mold augmented. Arcane Rise. What does that do? On reload, chance to more damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Dreamer's Bond would probably use something else here. I'm not a big fan of Dreamer's Bond. Archon Intensify, that is fine, because you can trigger it with Omamori. Archon Stretch is fine because you're going to trigger everything. I would probably, instead of, if you have it, instead of Mold Augmented, go for Arcane Impetus, because it's going to give you more strength and efficiency. In fact, it's going to give you so much efficiency that you probably won't even need Streamline here. And that means you have 1 more mod slot. What do we have here? The cooldown reduction, that is very good. Carnus Carpus, more armor and health. Yeah, I would probably drop this, replace Mold Augmented with Arcane Impetus, so you get the efficiency that you would previously have from Streamline through that, and then you can use these two here for a normal health and a normal armor mod and be much more tanky. I think that would be a good take on how you could improve on that build. But that's just my opinion, of course. I thought you want to make some more Coda liches. I know, brother, I know, but like, the time is flying so fast. Maybe we can do Coda liches next week. I'm just happy that I got the 60%. That was like the declared goal for this stream so far. You made a Linkin Park X Warframe mashup. People... Oh, Yarly, that's cool. That's very cool. I love Linkin Park, man. I really do. Just Heika, you just switch on the Steam launcher to get... What? You just switch on the Steam launcher to get the Seek-looking shoulders. How long does it take to get any item by Steam? I don't know what you mean, Just Heika. I don't know. What was the 60 Coda weapon? The Coda... Pathicist, right? Eleanor, which one was it?
Always a pleasure. I thought, boo. You may of course touch the
It was this year. 60% toxin Coda Pathicist. Whoever has any like life heart cells or anything, go get this. It's going to be for 7 more hours in the rotation. It has 60% toxin. If you don't have it, absolutely get it. I got it today, and I think it's a great one.
know where I am.
So, who is the monster in the video preview image? I don't know. Oh, you mean on YouTube? That is one of the Coda liches. Bought it on both of your accounts, kid. That is the spirit. Great, great. So we have a mod configuration for the Falcor. That's potentially interesting here. That's potentially very interesting because the Falcor is a great weapon. So we have Volatile Quick Return, Killing Blow Gladiator, Might, Melee Elementalist, Prime Pressure Point, Galvanized Steel. So first of all, with the Falcor, You can, of course, use it like the Zorus, throw it out and make it explode mid-air. And for that, I think this is overall not a bad build. However, the Falcor has the special trait that it also force procs electricity when it bounces between enemies, which makes the Falcor actually, I think, the only glaive type weapon in the game where you don't want to manually detonate it when you throw it. You just want to let it bounce, right? That's what the special thing about the Falcor is. And I'm going to end the stream on this one. I'm going to just show you my personal build instead of going over yours. Let me quickly show you something. My Falcor. Ignore the 7 Forma. I think you don't need 7 Forma on it. It's just for testing purposes. Where was I here? The special thing about the Falcor is it force procs electricity when it bounces. So instead of making it a throwable explosive weapon, you just let it bounce, go for volatile rebound instead of volatile quick return, and make it into a combo build, because since you're not detonating it, your combo doesn't reset down to 0. So what you're going to do is you go with Weeping Wounds, you go with Blood Rush, Condition Overload, or Prime Pressure Point, whatever you see fit. Melee Influence, of course. You don't even need to mod Electricity because it has innate electricity and force procs. Amalgam Organ Shatter, Galvanized Elementalist. The Galvanized Elementalist for the status damage, of course, a faction damage mod. And I'm going to show you real quick how strong that thing can be. For everybody who hasn't seen it, add 93 Forma on the Falcor. Maybe. If you could play as any enemy or boss in Warframe, what would you pick? Ooh, that's a good question. Adamant, that's a very good question. Maybe small Jordis ship farming for everyone. Oh, Jordis. Oh god, Jordis was a fucking torture. That was so bad. Don't remind me of that. So Tiana, that's a good point. I would go for the Sergeant. I would want to be the Sergeant because I would like to play the game on hard mode. The thing with the Falcor is, right, usually with glaives you throw it, you let it detonate, right? That's what every glaive does. With the Falcor, you just do this. You just let it bounce. Right now, it's not all that strong because, I'm not on combo just yet. But if it reaches a 12x combo, you will absolutely destroy everything. Like, see, you have 24 electricity procs. They're just melting away. And it gets specifically funny if you go for like a blast build on it. You could also go with a blast build on it. Where do we have it? I have a corrosive blast build with a Riven. It just blows up everything. I don't even need to manually detonate it. It just blows up everything. So I think Mr. Crimson Jonathan, is it you, Jonathan? Is it you? I think I would try to do the Falcor with not a heavy detonation build, but like a volatile rebound one that lets the thing actually bounce. I think that's much more fun on the Falcor. If not, if you rather want to play it as a detonating thing, then yeah, just copy paste any heavy attack detonation build. That's fine. Does Melee Crescendo work on that, Lobster? It does. It does, but I wouldn't do it because that means you can't use melee influence, and that's kind of sort of the whole point with letting glaives detonate. Like, detonation glaives without melee influence are not all that good. I'm not a fan of melee influence because it's very OP, but yeah, on glaives it's kind of sort of mandatory. Those that work with Toxic Lash and Contagious Cloud, yes, that should work. That should absolutely work. I haven't tested it, but it should totally work. Is the hate better than the harmony, Stenix? A good question. If you just want to purely deal a lot of single target damage with one heavy attack, then, or in general, go for a heavy attack, purely heavy attack build, go with the harmony. It's just better. If you, however, want to kind of do the same thing that I showed in my recent hate video with the Incarnon form, then go with the hate. It's kind of cool, you know, to shoot out these laser balls with the hate. But yeah, like for a purely heavy attack build, definitely go Harmony. So friends, it's already past 7, and you know what that means? You know what that means? It means it is time. It is the time to find a target for the raid. Let's see who can we raid? Who can we raid into the weekend? Who we got? Shall we just go over to our lovely Mr. Zeno, who was here earlier? I think it's always great. I think it's always great to, you know, show some appreciation. I'm gonna start the raid very soon. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, if you want to, come over to Twitch to participate in the raid real quick. And we see each other. I'm not sure. Probably on Monday, but Monday is a holiday here in Germany, so I'm not 100% sure. If Monday's stream for whatever reason would have to be cancelled, I'm going to notify you ahead of time. But if nothing goes out of plan, then we see each other, as always, Monday, same time, same location. Already looking forward to it. Thank you again to everybody for all your generosity. I really, really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. And I wish you all a very good start into the weekend. Bye-bye.